very own national treasure. One of our own, for goodness sake.
It's
she's been on our screens for a couple of years. Television, but now she joined us after with her. How is this your first novel?
Well, I've always wanted to do it, and this just felt like the right time. I felt I was ready. You know, we were just talking, and I'm 65 this year.
I don't believe you're 65.
That's the right thing to say, Alison. Thank you.
It's not true.
It's true. But it felt like the right time, and you know, I really loved doing it. I mean, I just feel as if I found what I really want to do.
So,
it's been
The
amazing.
Island Swimmer.
Yes.
The title turns, you can't hold it back. It's just set in the Orkney Island.
It's set in Orkney because...
Tell us the story.
Well, it's really essentially about a young girl who has to leave Orkney under really traumatic circumstances. You find out later what's happened. She comes down to London, tries to rebuild her life, but because of what's happened, she doesn't feel that she's worthy of happiness or contentment or a decent relationship. So she has a pretty grim time, and then she's got to go back to Orkney when her father gets really sick and try and reconnect with everyone. So a lot of people have said that they can relate to that a lot. It's called The Island Swimmer, and there's a group called the Selkies, and a Selkie is a half seal, half woman in Orkney mythology. So they're called the Selkies, and there's a lovely, lovely wise lady called Freya who gets everybody together. And it's a lovely way to get lots of different women from lots of different backgrounds together. And swimming is Evie is very, very scared of water, and you find out why. Yeah. And then this is about women supporting other women, literally supporting them.
It's literally what you do in real life.
Oh, so do you.
I always love these sort of books because I always like try and think, oh, I wonder if this is about Lorraine Kelly's life.
Right.
You know, the fact that there's grief in there, there's toxic relationships in there. Is it about your life, really?
Not really. Do you know what it is, Alison? It's because I've been doing this for quite some time, 40 years, Dermot O'Leary, can you believe it?
Since TVAM.
Since TVAM and all those regime changes since then. There's been so many. And it was just, because I've spoken to so many people, listened to so many people, you get lots of different bits. So although there's nobody that it's based on in particular, there are traits in there of kindness and of understanding, and the toxic relationship she has with her sister is really toxic.
Yeah.
A little bit of my relationship with my brother when we were wee, because I was 6 when he was born, and I was a spoiled princess, and then this beautiful, beautiful baby boy appeared, and I hated him.
Really?
Oh, Alison, I used to nip him. I was horrible to my wee baby brother. I was
But you used to pinch him?
Oh, yeah. If you do it under their arms, it doesn't show. And I used to steal his orange juice. You got free orange
not
juice
Lorraine
back then.
Kelly.
I did. I was horrid.
Sibling rivalry.
So I can there's a lot of that in there. But you understand, Liv is a very, very difficult, spiky character, and she is not particularly nice. But you understand why
Lorraine,
when you hear.
Have you had this idea for a long time and you've just been adding stuff to it? And waking up in the middle of the night and going, that's a good idea.
Yes, and I always keep a wee notebook because you know what it's like. You get a great idea in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Can you remember it the next day? Absolutely.
You always keep a notebook next to your bed?
I do. Even when I'm working, if a question or something will occur to me and I wake up
and then you're like, in the morning, you're like, what?
What does that
say?
What is
that?
What was that? I can't make out my own handwriting. But it's been a joy. I even like the editing process. The whole thing has been wonderful, and I'm not finished with these characters.
Great.
I feel like you're going to do more.
I'm going to definitely follow it up, because it's not all wrapped up in a ribbon, in a big bow, because life's not like
it's not a happy ending.
There's some things are resolved, but there's a lot more and I don't want to say bye-bye to them.
And why the Orkney Islands? Is it because...
I love Orkney.
Yeah.
I love Orkney. It's beautiful. I've been going there since the 80s. Yeah. I go back every single year.
So beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
It's just part of the world. I've never... Like, Orkney and Shetland.
You'll love it. You'll love it. And Shetland is beautiful as well.
Do you get a flight there? How do you get there?
Easy peasy. You can get the ferry, and in the summer you can get a little tiny ferry from Johnny Groats. But you can get the ferry, you can fly. In Orkney, it's the shortest flight in the world. It's from Papa Westray to Westray, and it's a minute. So you can do that.
It just goes up and down?
Goes up and down. Goes up and down, Alison. He does his landing checks before he takes off. Yeah. It's fantastic.
And then he's doing the landing checks.
Yeah, pretty much. So he just goes up, goes down, doesn't
like
it?
That. It's lovely. There's just so much to see there, and the culture is so rich. And if you like art, if you like painting or taking photographs, the light...
Did you take your girl there when she was small?
When Rosie was teeny tiny, she was just starting to walk, and she really learned to walk properly on the beaches in Orkney. So it's all these memories from all of these years, and they've made me so welcome there. I do feel like an adopted Orcadian.
Really?
So that has been lovely as well. That's been wonderful.
Your career has just been wonderful.
I've been
40
very
years
lucky,
since
Alison.
TVAM.
Very lucky.
What have you learnt from your career? Where are we at now? Like, mentally, Lorraine Kelly? Where are you at?
Oh gosh, I just feel incredibly, incredibly lucky. I still love it. It's like you two. Every single day is different. Every day is a school day. I love the fact that I've got, you know, a team that's of all ages. The young ones keep me young. Keep me right. You know, it's like my daughter, she helps me with technology and all of that, so that because you've got to keep up with things.
You have to.
And you've got to be curious about things.
I was about to say, curious mind's the most important thing.
Curiosity, it's the best possible thing, isn't it?
But you are pushing boundaries, because, I mean, you did The Masked Singer. Hello.
The Masked Singer. Do you know somebody thought it was you?
Did they?
Somebody thought it was you that was the... I was in it.
Stop it.
They did, Alison, they did. I wasn't wonderful, obviously, because I've never sang in public before, but the joy is you can't see anything when that head goes on. You can't see a thing.
Did you like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Being inside?
Because I couldn't see the audience.
You didn't have to smile at anyone.
I couldn't do anything. I just was really worried about learning the lines, which is why... Oh, God, look at me.
I thought you were great.
I'm so sorry,
You know what? We interviewed
What a
Carla
laugh.
Settle the other day, and she was saying pretty much the same thing. It's like you get to a point in your life and you think, why not run towards the fear and why not give it?
Absolutely, because I've never done that before. And where could you get the opportunity to sing in front of an audience and to have such a lot of fun?
Yeah.
There is not enough silliness in the world.
When you were revealed, that was the best.
It was so funny. Oh, it's just a joy to do. It's just a joyous show.
I'm so glad you did it.
Lorraine, how's
fun.
the audiobook to do?
I've done the audiobook, so you can't do it.
How many hours did it take?
It took
Hoping
a
that was
couple
a
of
screen
days,
test.
actually.
Did it?
Took a couple of days. And I got into it a lot more, you know, I got into the whole kind of...
Yeah.
No, I wasn't...
Did you
like
work
doing
out what your
voices.
characters were going to sound like before you did it? Because I did one for my kids' book, and I
Right.
sent one of my kids' book, one of the Total books in Scotland, right? And then I realised when I got to do the audiobook that I can only do one Scottish accent,
Right.
and about 5 of the characters are Scottish. And so and I looked up at my engineer, and he was like,
Oh, no.
After like the 4th accent, he was
My
like,
characters are from all over the place, you know, from London, from Poland, and they're all over the place. So I just kind of read it in my voice.
Yeah.
And, and hope for the best. But it's been amazing. It's been so lovely to be all over the country, talking to people, meeting readers and viewers. And it's just, it's been an absolute joy.
And
I've
it's not
loved
going to
it.
stop at this one book, is it?
No, I've got to...
I feel like you really enjoy writing.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was difficult because you have to carve the time out. You know, you have to be really, really disciplined, and I had to say no to a lot of things.
Yeah.
And my poor husband had to pick up a lot of slack.
Yeah.
You know, he was taking the dog for a walk, or he was doing all the things, you know, just
The best
stuff.
thing is to go on holiday when you're writing. Just go away.
Go away.
Go abroad.
But then, too many distractions, Alison.
Yeah.
Too many distractions.
I'm thinking lovely, like, thatched cottage, little sort of westy, glass of whiskey, roaring log fire. Get it done in a couple
so
of
many
weeks. That's what you want.
distractions. So many distractions. But I loved it. I loved the whole process.
You've had this unbelievable career because you've sort of, I wouldn't call it luck, but you've had
Oh, a lot of it is.
Yeah, but you've witnessed some awful things as a reporter. But are those you know, whether it's Dunblane, Lockerbie, Piper Alpha we were talking about before, those sort of formative in the young reporters.
Oh, absolutely, of course.
What do you learn from those events as you get
Well,
older?
I think compassion as well, and very much it was because of those stories were very difficult to do. Obviously, of course they were, but that's your job. But because back then breakfast telly was still quite young, still quite in its infancy, and we were trying to convey not just what was happening, but how people were feeling as well.
Yeah.
So that gave me an opportunity, I think, to have a lot more empathy, never mawkish, but a lot more empathy with
the
people
benchmark,
and you know, talking to people about how they were feeling, how they were coping, and somehow trying to help in any way that you could. So they're tough to do, those stories, but they're really, really important. And of course, things have changed now. But when I was first a reporter, we didn't have the internet or mobile phones or anything like that. And it's I know you're going to be talking about that, about under 16s. I don't know how you take their phones away.
I
think
agree.
It's going to be really, really difficult. I think you can maybe limit it, maybe put some parental control on it. But to be honest with you, to say
take
to
them away.
your 16-year-old, I'm going to take your phone away these days.
Stick
very
around, have a chat with
difficult.
Ferrari about it.
I'll be watching. I'll
Have
bring
some
a cup
chicken.
of tea and I'll be watching them.
Thanks, Lorraine.
The
Thank
Island
you.
Swimmer.
Thank you
It's
so much.
out now by Lorraine Kelly.
Alison Hammond is holding it, therefore it will be
So
a Sunday
beautifully.
Times bestseller. I mean, we are
We're in. We are in.
Jodie and Kaylee join us now. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, welcome to the show.
Lovely to meet
Thank you
you.
for having us.
So, obviously, set in Alaska, filmed it in Iceland. Did you film it? Is it all filmed at night?
Well, at night sometimes during the day, but it's
Right.
nighttime
It always
during the
looks
day.
night,
Yes.
doesn't it?
Yeah, the exteriors we did you know, the interiors you do in a different place sometimes,
Yeah, yeah.
and the exteriors are out there. But it's cold.
And True Detective, like I think from that first series, people that were in were just so into it. Like there's just something wonderful about the fact that it's, you know, remember that first series spanned decades, and you know, I guess it was one of the first kind of proper long-form TV shows that we really got stuck into, you know. Is that the reason why you wanted to come back to TV in particular, Jodie?
Yeah, season 1 is really special,
Yeah.
of course. I haven't done TV since probably a series since the mid-'70s, so it's kind of a long time ago. But we loved the show. I know you were a big fan of the show.
Absolutely. I mean, I watched season 1 probably way too many times, but it's one of those seasons you have to watch again, and you might miss something, and you might find something else you like. It was just that captivating to me, at least. Yeah.
Remember that shot? There's a great shot, that one Steadicam shot that goes
I
from.
love that.
Oh my God! And I can't remember like the amount of times I've watched that where you just go, you're just transfixed by it with Matthew McConaughey. Yeah.
It's like the longest one I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I'm like, if somebody messes up, this is gonna be really bad.
So good.
And Kaylee, you rock up to set, OK? You're pretty relatively new, you know, it's your third acting role, and you rock up, Jodie Foster's there. Are you like a sponge where you just suck all the wisdom, all the knowledge out of Jodie? What did you do on set?
So I approached her and I had a standoff, stare-off, like I was at a fight. No, I mean, it was, of course, it was intimidating, but I was excited. I mean, it wasn't anything that I was scared and I wasn't in good hands. I just was like, this is gonna be an amazing journey, and what better person to have to learn from. So I did have a fangirl moment when she walked in for the first rehearsal, but I was like, I can't let them see me sweat. I gotta chill.
But you are holding your own. You literally are. She's so good, and I'm sure when you saw her tapes, first of all, was you really impressed?
Yeah, I really was, and just so excited to know that was going to be my partner in the film. I mean, what's extraordinary about the show is, and what I loved about it was so satisfying, is that it really is Kaylee's journey. It's her voice. She is the central voice of the show. Somebody of mixed heritage, you know, that speaks in a way and walks in a way that's very different than most people that you see. So I'm just here to serve.
Well, you are serving.
Does it work the other way as well? When you rocked up the set, we were like, OK, let's work on my... What's going on here?
Did she give you any lessons?
He picked my brain a little bit about boxing, but we didn't really have time for any lessons. I would have loved to do like a whole cast and crew, like boxing, KO boxing thing.
But it's a kind of a similar thing for you, boxing and acting. There's the similarities, right?
It's the athleticism as far as like having the repetition, having to practice over and over again, having a really good sparring partner, having to think on your toes, being really present, knowing what tools to use when. It's a lot of stuff.
Although the lovely thing I read was that, because I was reading that and thought, yeah, I mean, I imagine the disciplines are kind of similar, you know? Because you've got to be so disciplined in both. But there was a lovely quote you said where Jodie taught you to, like, you're a perfectionist, obviously, as are you, but just don't give yourself too much of a hard time.
It was basically like, don't take everything so serious, you know what I mean? And it's not, I guess my seriousness is just focus. I really want to do good, especially this is my third job, coming up against, you know, pound for pound legend Jodie Foster. There's a bunch of
boxing speak as well.
Yeah, pound for pound, man. It's just, you know, I had a lot of pressure to make sure I did the best I could, but just, you know, just relax. Everything's going to work out, and it did. I mean, it really did.
How did the switch come? Like, because you were doing so well with your boxing. Where did the opportunity come to act?
From social media, actually. I got contacted through social media for the first project.
What, like a DM on Instagram?
Slid in my
DMs. Are you serious?
Slid in my DMs.
So I could become a star one day?
You can. Answer your DMs, man.
Yeah, because you're a real shy wallflower right now.
I never see the DMs, though. You've got to be following the people to see the DMs.
Yeah, I mean, thank God for Instagram. I got to kind of read what it was first, but he reached out to me, asked me if I was ever interested in acting. He had an idea for a script based around missing and murdered Indigenous women. Got to know me, asked me to help him write it, and I just was like, okay, I'll wing it. But a week before he hit me up on Instagram, I was kind of getting the acting bug. I'm like, if it's meant for me, it'll find me. And it came a-knocking. It found me.
Really good watching you, though.
Thank
It's
you.
such a great, assured performance, isn't it?
Thank you.
But Jodie, things have changed since your time back in the day.
That's right.
Can you imagine someone sliding into your DMs to give you a job?
I don't even know what that means. It sounds kind of rude, so I'm going to stay away from it.
No sliding in nowhere.
Is it lovely to get to a point, though, Jodie, where, you know, you can pick and choose what you want to do? I mean, this had to be really good for you to say, do you know what, I want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been one of those people who picks and chooses why I don't work as much. Maybe because I've been doing it so long, so like 58 years I've been in the entertainment business. And for me, I only know how to act if I'm moved and if I'm interested and curious and obsessed. I just don't know how to do it any other way, so I have to be obsessed with something.
So can you tell that from the first read of a script, or
Yes.
really?
Yes, you can.
That instinctive, like what, like first
Yeah,
few
but it
pages,
doesn't mean
or?
it doesn't need work. You know,
Yeah.
sometimes it needs to be challenged. It needs to work in different directions. I'm usually much more interested in the story, and then I get to the character, and then I think, how can I make the character better? You know, to sort of serve the story. So this character, for example, Danvers, the woman that I play, was very different in the original script.
Oh, really?
We changed it completely. You know,
I love the chemistry between the two of you, because it's basically it's a cold case, right? I mean, the storylines and you were taken off and made a state trooper,
Yes.
and now you're kind of back in on the action, and there's obviously a lot of respect going on between the two of you, if not.
Yeah, but not any friendship. It's
No.
you know they don't like each other.
No.
And there's all sorts of reasons why they don't.
Do they get to like each other?
I don't really even know. It's more than that. And weirdly,
there's a
it's
respect.
deeper than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's more about this I've got your back kind of. They have the same destiny.
Yeah.
And that's really what brings them together, I think.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the nomination. But
Oh,
I've got
thanks.
a feeling you're one of these people, or you're not defined by awards and trophies and things like that. But is it nice, though?
It's nice.
It's nice to be defined by an Oscar.
It is. It's nice. You know, when I was a kid, we all would go to my mom's room, to her bed, and we had a black and white TV, and we'd all watch the Oscars as kids. And so, you know, it has a nostalgia thing to me. Like, I never thought that I would be a part of that community. So it's a big thing.
Do you think you appreciated it at 14 when you was nominated? You were 14 years old when you were nominated.
Yeah, I
the first
did. I
time.
was really scared, and when they said my name, I broke out in hives.
Really?
So I had welts all over my face and all over my body the second they said my name.
I felt like you was an old soul from very young anyway. Are you now a young soul?
Yes, now I'm a young old soul. But yeah, I had been on the Oscars before. I think when I was like 8 or something, I had to sing on the Oscars, and it was sort of traumatizing because they made me wear really ugly clothes that I didn't want to wear.
I read something lovely. You said it's almost more fun when you don't win, because the pressure's kind of off then, and I guess you can just do your own
the
thing.
best Oscars I ever had, I was nominated for Nell. I didn't win, but my best friend in the whole world was nominated for Short. And we went together. He was my date, and we sat next to each other, and he won. And I knew where everything was. I was like, grab that bottle of champagne, come down this way. We spent the whole evening,
Get your goodie bag.
driving around the city with, hanging outside the windows with his Oscar and stuff. And it definitely was the best one I
I love
ever
the way
had.
So when
everyone,
I'm in
no
the line,
matter,
that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah, that's right.
That's exactly what you're going to
I
do.
love the way everyone, no matter how famous they are, always end up in a burger bar, just like with a bottle of champagne. just going, it's 2 a.m.
With the trophy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't believe you studied criminology as well. Did that help with your character?
You know, I almost didn't forget, but because I didn't finish, I studied criminology and science. I wanted to be a probation officer for juvenile, so it actually did because I love like the cases like serial killers and really the cold cases, the really interesting cases. So it did help a little bit.
You out of the ring now? Would you go back to boxing?
I am not retired officially yet.
Whoa!
There you go.
I'd love to have a spar with you, Bab.
Yeah.
Are you joking? Look at her. Are you absolutely insane? Oh yeah, that sounds like a really good idea.
I reckon I could learn a lot from
Yeah, you could learn a lot, definitely.
Smoke from you, girl.
Guys, we are so excited by this. The True Detective Night Country what is it? Finale.
Yeah.
Finale is available Monday on Sky Atlantic and streaming service now.
And it's really good.
It's
the last
so
one is the
good.
best one. So that's definitely, everybody's waiting for it.
It's a good
Thank you,
sound.
guys.
Good sound.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Lovely to meet you both.
I'm a McLaren F1 star. Lando joins us now from Silverstone. Thanks for joining us, Lando. It's great to have you with us.
Good morning. Our adopted son, there
Good
he
morning,
is.
good morning.
We miss you, darling. We miss you.
How are you all?
Very, very well, thanks, Lando. Very
Thank
proud
you so
of you.
much. Good to know. Good to know I'm still. Good to know I'm still your son.
Yeah, you absolutely are.
So, Lando, overall last season, how was it for you? Were you happy? Do you think it went well? I know it didn't start so well, but it kind of seemed like it came good after a few races.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly that. We didn't start the way we wanted to, but we knew it from a very early stage, and we turned the whole season around completely. So, going on to score as many podiums as we did, turning the car around as much as we did. Fighting, being the second most competitive team on the whole second half of the season was definitely not something we expected, but definitely something we wanted to achieve. So I was very proud of everyone. It was the job we needed to do, and we want to start this season off just as well as we ended last year.
So do you feel like this season is the season where we could see you on the first podium?
It's my goal. It's our goal. It's my goal included. You never know, because you never know what other teams have come up with, what ideas, what fancy little things they've been able to make on the car. But if there's any season I have had some confidence, I think it's going to be this one, because the team's in the best place it's ever been. I feel I'm in the best place I've ever been, and we're just on a little bit of a roll, you know. So we want to keep that up. And I just drove the car earlier today, so it was actually good to be back behind the wheel. It's a bit wet. The weather's not the best, but I want to say yes. I want to say yes because I want to be positive and I want to be confident in myself. So I hope it's going to be this year.
And Lando, me and Alison are quite into Formula One, so we do enjoy it, and we both sort of had the good fortune to go to a couple. What strikes me is, you know, the cars are incredible and there are these amazing pieces of kit, and yet sometimes they're kind of stuck together with glue and sellotape, you know, just whatever gets it over. But also, your job is so weird because it's a combination of kind of this technical ability and instinct, and you've also got to be so fit as well. Like, you know, all those things have to combine for you to even get on the racetrack, right?
I mean, it's not a simple sport. I think that's the best way of putting it. It's not simple. It's not as easy as... I mean, it's different, you know, comparing to a lot of others. It's not as easy as picking up a football and going for a kickabout, or tennis racket and a ball. You know, it's much more difficult to just go and have a little play around. Today is like my first day of getting to have a little play around, but there's a lot of aspects to it. You know, the technical side, all of that ability to know how to develop, how to make a car quicker. Then there's the side of driving, the bit I love the most out of any of it, just going out and driving as quickly as I can. But then with that, and with most sports, you have the physical attributes of it too. So it is tough. It's not as, I want to say, as easy as it looks on TV, because on TV sometimes I feel like it doesn't do me any justice on actually what's going on behind the wheel and in the cockpit. It looks just beautiful and calm and stress-free, and I tell you, it's quite the opposite.
And are you happy with the car at the moment? We can't really see it at the moment because we know it's top secret. We've got a few images of the car, but not too many. But what can you tell us about this new car? Tell us all about it. It's black and orange, and it goes real fast. Surprise.
Interesting.
It's tough. It's too early. You know, I bet you didn't know that. It's too early to say, honestly. We have to wait until we head out to Bahrain, which is not far away at all, in 1.5 to 2 weeks. Today I get that initial feeling, you know, just to be back behind the steering wheel, to be back behind that cockpit. You know, it's what I love. And going out today in these wet weather conditions is never the best in terms of getting a proper feel on what's been improved and like the finer details. So we're going to have to wait just a little bit to know and find out more information, as well as many others. You know, Mercedes are out today and some other teams. So time will tell.
One of the most interesting things about Formula One is how they change the rules to try and make it a level playing field. So then your car kind of has to adapt and your whole team has to adapt as well so quickly, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's every day. Like, as soon as you rest for one day, you're going to be falling behind. So it's a constant race on the track and also off the track. And even between drivers, you know, it's not just the cars which want to be quick. Every driver wants to try and improve and so forth. So the team need to do the best job that they can. I need to do the best job that I can. And there's no rest from now, and I say from last year. You know, years roll over to years. So as soon as you get some advantage, that's going to continue for a long time. So we work very hard to try and give ourselves any advantage that we can. But yeah, you're always trying to improve the car, make it a bit quicker, make it easier to drive. You're always trying to come up with new ideas and trying things and testing things. But that's part of Formula One. That's what makes it so exciting, that people are innovative and coming up with special ideas and tricks that you might never have seen before. And I think that's something that makes it very special.
And something else that's made it very exciting is obviously the Netflix series Drive to Survive, which everyone's watching. You've got a whole new fan base, really. Younger people are getting involved, more women are watching it now, which is wonderful. We get to see your relationship with regards to Oscar, that competitive edge that you have with each other. I mean, how do you keep yourself grounded?
Brilliant question. It's just the people I have around me. I think that's probably the most important thing. You know, Netflix has been great for Formula One. For us as a sport, I think you've been able to see a lot more on what goes into it, instead of just a driver putting a helmet on and going around the circuit. You see a lot more what goes into every day, what goes into the, the risks, the rewards, the tough moments, the special moments. You just see personalities and attitudes and all of these things, and I think that's something that gives the viewer and the person watching a much better understanding of what it takes to be in the position that we're in.
And Lando, obviously it's
some bits are very tough, but I enjoy a lot.
It's an incredible sport. It's an incredible opportunity you have, and you get paid well for it. But when you're away, you're pretty much away for a huge chunk of the year. So do you get to see your friends? Do you keep in touch with the same guys you grew up with?
I try to. I mean, a lot of the people I grew up with are people I was racing against. That's how early my life started with racing. So I actually brought a few of my friends. They're just next to me now. A few of my friends here today, because it's not often I get to bring them along and kind of see a bit more behind the scenes. So spending time with family and friends for me has always been very important. It's not easy to do it in the middle of the season, so I try and make the most of it when it's not the middle of the season.
Well, listen, you can come and see your family soon. We're always here in the studio. We can't wait for you to come in. We're so proud of you and everything that you do, darling.
Thank you so much. Nice to see you guys.
This could be the season. This could be the season.
Thank you. We will be.
Yeah, you never know.
Thanks, Lando. We should go to the Formula One and actually just masquerade as his parents.
I'll bring him a lunchbox.
We adopted him. He's our adopted son.
I'll bring him his lunch.
Yeah.
You can give him...
Wash him behind the ears.
Yeah.
Thanks, I didn't think you were still there, Lando. Sorry.
Oh, you're still there. We're just dreaming.
Thanks, Lando.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck, mate.
My God.
Linda joins us now. Hi, Linda.
I think loose women hate me. Look what they got me for my 65th birthday, an ice bath, thank you very much.
Did you enjoy it, though?
No, I never. It was nice being in the bath with Jake Quickenden, but it was so cold, I actually wet myself.
No, you didn't?
I did, yeah.
In the bath?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fine.
Warmed me up a little bit.
No one told Jake. Linda, truth be told, Tales from a Baggy Mouth, what made you want to write it now?
Well, I've been asked many times over the years, and I never really thought I had that interest in a story. And then a few years ago, I had some mental health problems, and I just thought it was a good time to talk about them now, because I was always the strongest one in my family. A couple of people in my family had mental health problems, and I was the one that was looking after them. And then all of a sudden, the tables turned, and they were having to look after me. And it all started in Ibiza. We used to go to a boot camp, me and the loose women, every summer. And then this year when I went, I just found it really, really hard to get through the day, and I started drinking, which I'd never drunk before. I managed to have spritzers of a night time. But then I just started drinking anything to black out, because they put me on this drug that really had a bad reaction to me. Instead of calming me down, it was sending me hyper. And my family were on suicide watch with me and everything. But so that was like it was so bad, honestly. I mean, you've known me for a long time, and I've always been like, right, all right.
I can remember a time where I just didn't see you.
There was 2 years where I weren't on loose women, and then I went back to loose women 4 years ago, and everything's been fine. I'm off of all medication. I haven't drunk for 4 years and everything, and it just felt like the right time and that. And I met a lovely lady called Beth Neal, who was with Penguin, and she started telling me, she remembered things that I'd forgotten. She said, remember when you did a film with Richard Burton and Billy Connolly? I went, oh, my God, yeah, I did The Absolution. And then just so many things. So, and it all started from, like, Anna Scher, a teacher. She was a primary school teacher, and she started taking drama classes. And me, Kathy Burke, Martin and Gary Kemp, Gillian Tearful, so many people were there, and it was never a money-making concern. It was 10p a class. And then directors and casting directors started coming down, and we were known as real kids rather than the jazz hand kids.
Yeah.
And that all started like 55, it'll be 56 years ago, because I was 10 when I first started coming to these studios. Wow. All those years
There's
ago.
something in that I don't know, square couple of miles up in N1, isn't
Yeah,
there? Because we had Tony Hadley on the
That's right,
couch last week.
yeah.
And, Spanda, I remember reading, I said it to him, I remember, like, those boys grew up playing in bombed-out sites, and then suddenly they're there, new romantic movement, with the Anna Scher things, really, that kind of working-class theatre, really interesting.
Martin and Gary Kemp used to work on a fruit stall in Essex Road. That was, like, their first Saturday job and that. But I always felt that I'm just a normal woman, but in my life, some extraordinary things have happened to me. I've met some amazing people. So I was doing a play called Telstar in the West End, which was all about a music producer called Joe Meek.
Yeah.
And so we'd have lots of people like the Pet Shop Boys. George Michael came to see it. And one night night, I'd get shot and killed at the interval, and the rest of the cast, there was 11 boys, were still there. And then the stage doorman said, oh, someone big's in tonight to see you. So I went, yeah, I know, Christine and Neil Hamilton. He went, no, someone bigger than that. And it was Tom Hanks.
No.
Came down into our dressing room with wine for me and the rest of the cast and that. And then, like, some funny stories. There's lots of funny stuff in there as well. My kids have obviously taken out everything they wanted taken out, so I'm lucky there's more than 2 chapters left in
So
there
did
as
the
well.
kids get the final say on
And my
the
2
edit?
sisters as well got the final say, so they took out what they wanted taken out.
Yeah.
But I think I've been really truthful and that in it, and I've had some amazing times and that. So I once had a dream that I was on a train on the Eurostar with Elton John, like, and it was a nighttime sort of dream and that. So.
Something we can't mention on
We
the
can't
show,
mention, no,
but
because
we
it's
get the
daytime
gist.
television, yeah. So I sent him a letter, because Simone, one of our makeup ladies, works with Elton. She travels in his private jet everywhere. So I sent him a message saying, dear Elton, do you remember when we behaved badly? I want to say what it was, yeah, in my dream. And then he sent me back a letter saying, dear Linda, it wasn't the Eurostar, it was the Orient Express, and we made so much noise they chucked us off. I've still got the letter at home now, yeah.
That's so sweet. The fact that you've been so honest in this memoir is lovely. And
Yeah.
also the fact that it was someone from Loose Women who helped you when you was going through your issues regarding alcohol and things like that.
Yeah.
It was someone really special.
Well, they
at
were
Loose
all
Women.
amazing, honestly. So when I was off for 2 years, they'd ring my kids every day to see if I was OK, Janet, all the girls and that. But it was Stacey, while we was in Ibiza, that came home early with me, because I had a proper breakdown out there, and I went straight to a rehab place and that. And then my kids arrived and my husband got there and everything. And I was in there for probably quite a few months and that. And they'd come and visit me on a Sunday. But I felt a lot of guilt for what I'd put my family through, you know, like, 'cause as I said before, I was always the strong one, and then they were having to look after me all the time. But everything's changed now. We're 4 years on, and everything's back to normal. I've done a couple of films this year. I've been really, really busy. I've done a few things with Leslie Joseph, my mate. And
seen her today, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm seeing her later. I'm going to see her in the theatre in the West End. So we're
Linda,
best mates.
we all know you growing up, people of a certain generation, from Birds of a Feather. You and Pauline Quirk and Leslie, it's such an iconic TV show.
Yeah.
But you did so much more before you even started on that. So where did the first break come from?
Well, the first thing I ever did was a Saturday morning pictures film called Junket 89. So for people that don't remember, because I'm quite old now, but on a Saturday morning it was always cheap pictures. I think it was 10p to go and watch a Children's Film Foundation film.
So cheap.
And that was it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
So cheap.
And then from there, I then did a lot of stuff with Pauline Quirk. So we did You Must Be Joking, Pauline's Quirks, Pauline's People, and that. And
how
we'd
did
have a
those two
different
shows
band
get
on.
made? Like, were you just jobbing like child
Jobbing actors, yeah. And we used to share jobs as well. So I worked in a pub, I worked in a fish and chip shop. But I've met some amazing people over the years. Like last year, I went to Mallorca with Leslie. So she does West End musicals all the time. One of the producers invited her out to Mallorca. They said, ask Linda if she wants to come. So we went out there. We had a lovely villa. We were staying there. Someone came and gave us a massage. And then one of the producers said, oh, Catherine's invited us for lunch. Do you want to go, girls? And we went, is there a swimming pool there? And they went, yeah. So we got in this minibus, drove to the top of this mountain, and Michael Douglas was waiting for us there.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah. So he went, hey, I hear you two are birds of a feather.
Hey, Linda,
So obviously, and then Catherine Zeta-Jones walks out. So me and Leslie are sitting at this table, like pinching each other and kicking each other under the table. And they made us a really, really lovely lunch, and we had the loveliest day, honestly.
And then was you like, can we go in your swimming pool now?
We did get in the swimming pool, I know, yeah. But they were lovely to their staff as well, so there was someone cooking for us.
Yeah.
You know, when they do all the posh food with all the flowers and all that over it, it was lovely. And then I got home and my son rang me. He said, you had a good day? I said, yeah, I've had lunch with Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas. He went, you're a liar. I went, I'm not, son, honestly. I've got a picture to show you, just to prove it.
We
like
haven't
you've told us the whole
Exactly. And there's so much more. But listen, best of luck with it. Linda
Truth be
Robson,
told.
truth be told,
yeah.
tell us from a baggy mouth.
And it is all the truth in there as well.
Yeah.
But there's lots of
thank
funny
you,
stuff,
Linda.
not just the depression as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So
Brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you very
Lovely
much.
chatting. Now, they're the winners who actually took it all. After 8 weeks of tough competition, the public laid all their love on Stevie and Tobias, crowning them the champions of ITV's Mamma Mia, I Have a Dream.
Yes, when all was said and done, they won a prize that money, money, money can't buy. The roles of Sophie and Sky in the West End. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gimme, gimme a man after midnight. Won't somebody help me chase the shadows away? Could you feel the same way too?
fall in love with you a little bit more every time you perform.
You shine up that.
No woman was safe. It was brilliant.
The vocals sounded great.
Does your mother know that you're out? It's simple on display. Why should I complain?
I can now reveal that the winners are Stevie and Tobias.
Oh, how lovely is
Quite
that?
nice.
Well, Stevie and Tobias are joining us now. Congratulations to both of you. We're so happy
Thank
for
you.
you. How's it going? You're in the West End. Are you enjoying it? Is it hard work?
Yeah, it is hard work, but it doesn't feel like work. It literally is like a little dream come true. Honestly, it's amazing. I'm having so much fun.
Yeah.
And is it everything you thought it was going to be, Tobias?
Yeah, and so much more as well. Like, everyone has been so welcoming to us and so lovely. It's genuinely like the best thing.
After you won, and then before the theatre started, how much time did you have, like, to sort of get cracking and rehearse? And
I think there was about a month total. We had about 2 weeks off over Christmas and New Year's, and then there was 3 weeks rehearsals.
Yeah.
It's not an awful lot.
No, it was about 12 days we had.
It was the day after I was in trying on costumes, though. So that was I didn't even have a second to process anything. It was like, you've won, Kate, try on the costumes. I was like, great.
So what was that first show like?
I don't remember any of it. It was such a blur.
Really?
Yeah, it was such a blur. I think my body kind of went into autopilot and was like, do it, do your best. And then I kind of woke up afterwards and I was like, oh, yeah, we just did that.
Yeah.
The rest, I've loved.
Yeah.
And I can remember all of it.
Yeah.
But that first one's a bit of a blur.
That crowd reaction at the end of the first show.
I know. I think you can, like, the fact that you say it's short rehearsals, the fact that you'd been in Greece, I think that was kind of your rehearsal anyway. You knew each other so well.
Yeah.
You got to know each other. I think you were ready for this, right?
I think so. We had such a great time over there, and like I said, we covered so much material from like, all the ABBA songs. So in a way, I feel like we did go in slightly knowing more than perhaps in other audition processes, but it's something different about learning the entire musical, I guess. It's just a different beast.
And you nearly never entered this competition, did you?
Yeah, well, I always liked the idea of entering, but I always thought so many people in our industry and even outside of the industry would go to an open call like this. So I always thought, like, why would it ever be me to win it, let alone get on the show in the first place? So I was always hesitant, but, you know, if you don't buy a ticket, you don't win the raffle, and...
Exactly.
I won the raffle.
You won it!
What were your highlights of being out there? Were there any moments where you thought, actually, you know what, this is going to get going my way, or...?
Yeah, mine was when we were, the very first day of filming, we were running towards the, like, church, and we were running towards, like, 100 Greek extras that were all joining in for this first opener, and we were all, it was like golden hour, the sun was coming down, and we were all just like, wow, just think about the fact that we've got to this point, and it was the very first day, and everyone was there. It was just amazing.
Especially when you start to see all those extras and stuff, because the performances are properly epic, weren't they? Chucked everything.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
so good.
Yeah.
Are you still in touch with anybody else? I know you're living with Maddie now, aren't you?
Yeah, we live together.
I love that.
Yeah.
You just said, right, we're going to London, we're going to live together.
No, well, we both lived in London already, but I was moving house. She needed to move house as well, and I literally didn't want to be without her, so I was like, let's just move in.
It's so lovely, the bonds that you created.
Yeah.
You all got a WhatsApp group still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's still going. It's going strong, yeah.
Oh, lovely. How much are you enjoying doing this, though? Is this, like, everything you ever dreamed of?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
and
the
more.
best thing.
It's incredible, honestly. I pinch myself every time I'm on the stage.
Yeah, it's, like I said before, it's way more than I ever thought it'd be, and it's an absolute honour to do it, like, 8 times a week, with Stevie and everyone else in the show as well. It's really
listen, thanks for bringing your whole set with us. I mean, it's really nice. It looks quite heavy, really nice.
It's the size one.
Really nice. You should take that everywhere you go. You go, all right, yeah, I'll do a couple of numbers.
Little face turning round, Kiara, settle. He's here on the sofa again. It's so good to see you.
I'm so glad to be here. I love being
What's
here.
it like watching it back?
It's very awkward. I actually don't watch it because I was there, so I don't need to relive it.
Yes.
But watching it now, I'm just like, oh, cringing.
Why?
Just
because there's only evidence that it's not a singing competition, it's you going out this weekend.
But I've always been a cringer. I've always been a cringer looking, like, hearing my voice.
So you must know you've got a great voice.
I don't know, I'm not joking, and I was just talking about this on the radio today. I'm not a fan of my own voice. What I hear is an empty tin filled with pebbles and rocks, and it just gets shook
we're all
about.
saying that, just how pebbly and rocky your voice is.
It's exactly what it sounds like.
What are you talking about?
Everyone's just come upstairs and said you were singing in the makeup room today. You were having a little sing. She was singing songs with the word hot in it.
We were singing, yeah. We were doing
I'll
all of
find
that.
out everything.
We do.
Find out everything up here.
So not hard from you.
Do you ever go home and go, that was a good performance?
What I do say to myself is, you did it. No matter what came out, I can say to myself, you did it. And that was what the entire process of the Masked Singer.
But when you're seeing all these people, like, cheering, and I don't even mean they're not Masked Singer, but when you're doing anything on stage or...
Yes, petrifying, love.
Yeah, of course, I get that. But surely the affirmation comes from people clapping and cheering and
I'm
people
sure
telling you
for
you're
other
good.
normal performers it does.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for me, I don't go home... Well, no one goes home, really, in theory, with the audience. So you're still, at the end of the day, left with yourself, you know?
I get it.
You know, Kiala, it's so endearing listening to you because who would have thought that this big Hollywood superstar who's so incredible was so humble? No, seriously. I mean, you've got Davina there saying your pitch when you're yodeling is just perfect. And you're sitting here and you don't even know how good you are.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I've been afforded to do all of these things, but I don't know, I have no idea. I'm just very grateful that I get to do them.
So speaking of that opportunity, what made you want to do it? Is it that kind of run towards the fear thing with the Masked Singer?
Yeah, it absolutely was. And because as a mixed-race child, which I'm sure you know of, you as well, when you live in a bunch of different cultures, you soak all of those cultures up, sponge them up for survival. No different from me being in Hawaii, in New Zealand, where my mum was from, here, where my father is from, being in the US, where I was technically born and raised. They're all different cultures, but that's life.
Yeah.
And to survive, you sponge all of those things up.
And they're all part of your identity.
Exactly. And so for me, because I'm in an industry, and we all are, no matter where we're working, it's always, let's do this so we can please them. Let's do this so they can pick us and do us and, you know. And you forget, for me, I forgot who I was for so long, so long. And this show was an opportunity for me to go, right, you have chosen a box for yourself to hide in, to literally hide away from the audience that you're about to perform for, choosing songs that you would never do look just as this, because in our world, I would never be asked to do those things. And you have the chance to fight your own demons in your head in this box.
And the deepest answer anyone's ever given for going on the Masked Singer.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And some people go on for a laugh. Like, well, let's see how I have a go. And I love that they can do that.
Yeah.
But what I learned from being on it was that it isn't all serious and that there is so much waiting for all of us to just enjoy if I let go.
So
that's great.
So you obviously had an epiphany in that little box.
Every single time I went on stage, I did.
And when you say some music or like defying gravity, you've never been had the opportunity of singing.
No, because I mean, there is a collective they that exists in our world and always has, who make rules, quote unquote, that sort of specify what artists are allowed to be welcomed into and what then, like, branding them and putting them in boxes. And I would never be asked to play that part. And so it was...
So you never sing that song?
No.
Right.
Well, you should just sing it at home, Baba, in your kitchen.
Well, I just sang it in an air fryer.
I need to now. I love the incorrect guesses. RuPaul, Mary Berry... Gemma Collins.
I know. They guessed you at one point as well.
Did they?
Yes.
Jennifer Hudson you had as well.
The people that they thought I was just like, I was stunned and honoured and laughing all in the same breath.
So did you change your voice at all?
No.
Did you work on... You just kept it exactly the same, how you sing?
Yeah.
And not one person picked that up.
Strange, huh?
It's bizarre.
But that being said, all of my mates, every single episode, because I never watch it, like I said. So every Saturday I'm either feeding the dog or watching The Chase, because that's what I do, because I love a pub quiz, or, you know, doing whatever I'm doing, and I'll get a text going, it's you, and I went, oh, okay, Saturday, they're watching da-da-da, and I have to play into it going, not that show again, when is it going to be over? And then going, how are you? Because you never text me otherwise, you know what I mean? And now finally I can actually go, you lost me.
In 30 seconds, can you teach me and Alison how to yodel? 'Cause you're yodeling.
So there's a break in your voice. Not that I'm a teacher, so here we go. If you hurt your voice, don't call me. There's a break in your voice.
Yes.
It's like if you go, oh, you hear that break? Yes. Everyone's got one, so go for it. So you jump.
Did I jump?
You have to. That's what you're going to do.
jump.
Rather than go all the way up. And now you do it on that pitch.
That was good. That's the best lesson I've ever been given since secondary school.
The end.
Thank you.
I don't understand it. I'm glad you understood it.
Perfect student.
Thank you so much.
Masked Singer, final is on Saturday, ITV1, ITVX. What are you doing next?
I am putting music out, actually, in a couple of weeks that
good.
I've been writing, because I've turned to that and put a lot of my own, things that I've learned into music, so I'm really excited to release it. So it'll be coming out and working towards a concert
Come back
here.
and...
I'm coming to see it. I'm going to that concert. That's all I know.
promise
Thanks,
you.
Kiara.
Still to
Yeah,
come.
no worries.
And Aisling joins us now. Hello, lovely to see you.
Nice to see you guys too, Mum
Well.
and Dad.
Oh, nice thing to be
TV
called.
Mum and Dad.
Thank you. I'm obsessed
with the show.
Absolutely.
I came into makeup this morning, she was like literally binge watching.
I was still watching it. I can't wait to get to the next episode, but I couldn't access episode 1 and 2 for some reason, so I started
Hang on, you
at
started on 3 and 4.
I started
Amazing.
at 3 and 4, so I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
You know it's
need to
good
watch the
if, you know it's
first
good
two.
if like, by 3 you're going.
Yeah. You know, Harry Potter, like, he's actually a wizard. Like, by the end, it's like all sorts of crazy stuff. Everyone's a wizard.
For those of the people who are really looking forward to starting from the very beginning, tell us a little bit
Also,
about
Phil Allison
it.
in from the very beginning.
Yeah, so what happens is, it's called Alison Jack and it's out on Valentine's Day, a nice little thing for Valentine's Day, and it stars Andrea Riseborough and Donald Gleeson as this couple who sort of meet and have this entangled love affair over 12 years.
It's a really strong connection, isn't it?
Yeah, they have one of those kind of like just can't give each other up type things. But in that time, they meet other people that they fall in love with, like me. I'm just not as good as her. We were singing Jolene earlier on. It's a bit of a Jolene tale. If it was told from my point of view, it'd essentially be called Jolene. And so we sort of see how their love comes in and out over the course of 12 years and the other people they marry and meet and how that sort of...
The casualties along the way.
The casualties of love along the way, exactly.
So tell us a little bit about your character. What's Lynn like? She a goodie?
What is Lynn? I think she is a goodie, which is nice to play. I think her and Donal, the characters weren't written Irish, but we both accidentally are Irish. Well, maybe on purpose. Was it on purpose, Lord? And so we're both Irish, and so I suppose my character serves as the person that people kind of want you to end up with versus the choices you make and that fork in the road that you go down in life that you kind of can't come back on once you've made a mistake or a big, bold choice in life. And so, but what I love about Lynn's character is, as opposed to, say, maybe the Jolene element, she really knows her own sense of self-worth, and there's something really lovely about playing someone who is like, I'm nobody's second choice, and I mean that. And that's actually a gorgeous thing to play, rather than maybe someone who's like, if you ever want me back, or feeling less than she knows she deserves better in a sense, or doesn't deserve to be sort of in the shadows.
Well, she kind of knows that she was second choice in the sense, because he's quite honest in the beginning, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he gets there. I mean, you haven't seen the beginning, Alison. I don't actually know.
In episode 3, 100%.
So, yeah, by episode 3, yeah, he is quite honest. But, yeah, at the start, I suppose it's that thing, isn't it, about love? Like, when you meet people or go into dates, you're like, God, my heart is open, I hope yours is too.
Yeah.
But you never totally unveil how much baggage you're bringing. You sort of hope that you're not bringing that much. But slowly but surely, I know Sarah Pascoe, who's a brilliant comedian friend of mine, had this whole bit of stand-up about, isn't it so annoying that you fall in love with people before you know them?
Yeah.
And that's, you sort of get heavily involved and then get to know them afterwards.
That's so true.
Yeah, and I suppose that's what this show is a little bit, that you sort of fall for someone and you're in, and your heart's in, your soul's in, before your head knows all the information type of
And
thing.
it's slowly
So viewers, are we
unravels.
rooting for you, do you think? Are we rooting for
I mean,
Lynn and
I think my
Jack to get together?
my
I
ego,
wasn't rooting
my
for you, if
ego.
I'm
Oh, great.
honest
Well,
with you. I'm
well,
so
that's the
sorry.
point.
I was rooting for... I did want Jack and Alice to be together.
Right,
I can't help
well,
it.
maybe we do end... Like, look at us doing all the spoilers. This is like TV 101 where I'm telling all the story and you're going...
Well, I haven't seen the ending yet.
Yes, well, yeah, well, maybe they do get together. But I think, like, off the back of, say, I think there's a real craving at the moment for, like, how well One Day's doing as well.
Yeah.
Like, romances that show maybe more realistic versions or even normal people and stuff, like how the pain of falling in love and that it's not all kind of, like, bouncy and that life, most people's lives don't all follow this, like, obvious path and that there's, you know, all different sorts of ways to live and love.
Actually, you said it's your favourite job in a long time.
Yeah, it
Why
really
so?
was. I
Why
had
so?
a ball. We shot it about a year and a half ago, and it was just, we were coming out of the pandemic, and I'm sure it was the same for you guys, going back to work when you were sort of freer and you could remember laughing with your crew and everything like that. And we shot in the summer. Myself and Donal, like, had become friends that year, and he's just so incredibly funny, and we laughed every single day, even in between the sort of darker takes of different things that would go on. And it was just a really gorgeous, warm environment. I remember that when I was doing The Fall as well, which, you know, is about Jamie Dornan murdering people.
Yeah.
And we had such a laugh. And it was like one of my funniest jobs, and I've done so much comedy, but it was actually just that sort of gorgeous warmth on set, you know?
What has been, I'm interested, because obviously it's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Yes.
What has been your worst Valentine's?
I did remember I went to Brighton and the gentle lad in question was in charge of the hotel. Great hotel. I was in charge of the food. We probably should have walked away when the LED over the fish was flickering. You know, when you're like, that's interesting now that that's how they light it. But I was like, well, what are we going to do? Get another booking on Valentine's Day? And within 24 hours, we'd seen more of each other than any couple.
Really?
Yeah, like the inside of our heart, but also our bowels.
You didn't stay together?
We did. It didn't actually work out, but that comes in episode 3 of my autobiography. So
Only 30 seconds left, but Laugh Out Loud Ireland, we had Graham on
yeah.
talking about it. How much... It looked brilliant, that show.
So that's a show on Amazon where they do versions of it everywhere, and it's comedians trying not to make each other laugh.
I don't know how you did it.
You know,
so hard.
Well, by the end, I got really, really drunk. Like, I really, really did get quite, on the whiskies by the end. So I don't know how I don't remember how I did it either.
Alice and Jack on Channel 4 Wednesdays.
Oh, please watch it.
Valentine's Day. Thanks a million, Ashley.
Thank you, Ashley.
And Alison and Jim join us now. And chaos ensues. Good to have you with us. So, listen, the show's already been a big hit. Obviously, got to be over the moon with the success, but let's go back. For people who haven't seen that first series, tell us a little bit about it.
What's it about? It's about a family.
Yeah.
I'm the mother-in-law, bossy mother-in-law.
And I'm the man-baby dad.
Right.
And the whole thing's being documented by the youngest child of the family.
So it's all
Sam.
shot from his point of view.
Yeah, it's all from his perspective.
That's why it's a little bit moving around. Or
Exactly.
It's like a documentary.
No, it's kind of shot in that respect, I suppose. But, yeah, he's making a documentary for his GCSE project. And so it's all kind of one-shot sort of format.
Nice.
Yeah.
It really is so funny. I was watching it last night and there was a scene where you're in the car and you get stopped by the police and your partner's been drinking and then you swap over in the car and you have to pull off on a hill start and it is absolutely hilarious. You're trying to go up the hill with this hill start and you're like, oh my gosh, you can do it, you can do it.
First series, isn't it?
And it's the first time I actually thought I really wanted you to do a really good hill start and you do it, which is brilliant. So
Did it live. Actually did it.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's so good. But you play Paul. What do you like about playing him?
I just think it's just fun to play sort of classic sitcom dad. I think there's been so many funny dads over the years, you know, Homer Simpson, obviously, Clark Griswold and Modern Family and all those. And I just feel like, you know, it's just something that it's almost like a rite of passage for a comic actor to do.
Yeah.
You know, once you get to a certain age, obviously.
So many kind of like, you know, family-based comedy dramas and matriarchs and so forth. What appeals to you about this character in particular?
Oh, well, she's she's very loving. That's the basis of it all. But she is incredibly bossy. And she's totally unaware that she's being bossy.
She can always fix things, can't she?
She can always fix things. So it's always, let me do it, let me, you know. And she's a real pain. But she's lovely.
Yeah.
She's, you know.
And is the way it's shot, does that kind of lend itself, you're acting in that sort of scenario, does it lend itself to like a different mechanic about how you go about how you act?
It's very different to anything I've ever done before because it's all handheld camera, one take right the way through.
Right.
So if you have a big scene, which is maybe sometimes 8 pages long,
Yeah.
and we do 10 takes. It's
The
exhausting.
longest scene we did was 11 pages, I think, in the last series.
So what, in one shot? They do that in one shot?
I mean, they have to find sort of cutting points eventually because none of us can get it right all the time. Like, we do like 10 takes of 11 pages.
Like theatre almost.
It is.
Yeah.
It's almost like sport. You just have to go.
Not only that, you're looking at the camera, and any actor, you're taught not to look into the camera. But with this, you're constantly looking in the camera. How did you find that?
All my life, it's don't let your eye catch the camera, you know. And now suddenly you've got to look at the camera and speak. I found it really hard at first. I still find it a little bit hard.
I love it. I look at it a bit too much, I think. Or maybe I should be a presenter.
I suppose it uses like different muscles and stuff.
I think so. But it's a really good comedic device.
Yeah.
It's quite an old one as well. I mean,
Yeah.
Shakespeare, you know, often characters turn and talk to the audience. And I think it's a nice way to invite people into the show.
That's why whenever we're doing acting, I find it very difficult not to look in the camera.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to presenting to the camera.
You're the opposite.
I'm the opposite to you.
Great cast as well, just looking at that, Catherine Harding. And playing in the Sandpit.
Oh, no, it's brilliant cast.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
What do you think the secret to this show's success is? The fact that you got a second series. What do you think it is that resonates with the audience?
Well, I think Tom's writing, first and foremost. I think Tom Baston, who plays Robin in the show, my brother-in-law, is a quiet genius. You know, he's written so many amazing things on stage.
Brilliant. Absolutely
TV,
brilliant.
Film wrote Plebs, and he's written for National and all sorts of stuff. So, you know, that's first and foremost, I think, the genius of the show. But I think what's key to it is that throughout the chaos, throughout the kind of goofiness and everything else, there's genuine heart there, and you sort of see how much they love each other.
Yeah, I love that.
It's so hard to launch a sitcom now. Like, the tough things to launch, you've got to... You know, we've got to be working because something has to resonate for it to punch through. You know, it's not an easy thing to do now, a sitcom, is it?
Of course, Tom is in it as well. He plays Robin.
Yeah.
And you know, you think to yourself, oh, having the writer, you know, on set with you, playing a part, you know, but you forget that he's the writer because he's just the actor when he's doing that.
Is he protective over the script, though? Is he like, oh, you didn't get that line right, Alison? Can
He's
you
not, is he?
Not really, no. I mean, only if it if it has to you have to sort of mark a specific beat in the story or the plot. Yeah. But he's actually very generous. He's really generous.
He is.
He's got a lot of faith.
He never criticises. You know, he'll never say, oh, that line. You know, he doesn't do any of that.
He trusts you.
Yeah.
And I think if he's got anything to say, he'll do it through the director, which is how it should be done.
And Jim, you're flying as well. I mean, you know, Ghosts was such a great show. I mean, congratulations on that, you know, writing and being in that. And even Mark Hamill, like Luke Skywalker.
I know.
Like, your 8-year-old self must be freaking out when he told you, when you found that out.
Yeah, I still get a buzz, even with anyone, really, any sort of hero of mine, if they sort of know I exist in some way. It's a real buzz. But yeah, Luke Skywalker is top tier.
Pretty much up there, isn't it? But once again, what a succcul show, and what a brilliant, probably not an easy pitch when you first started out with Ghosts.
Pretty high concept. And also kind of, I suppose, a trope, really, you know, a haunted house and a couple moving into a haunted house. You know,
so good.
You know, people have seen that before. But, you know, we managed to sort of get the characters rounded off nicely, and I think that's what appealed to people in the end, the sense of a real gang and a family, actually. You know.
Lovely.
And Alison, Gavin and Stacey was left on such a great cliffhanger.
It wasn't up until just before...
Up until that. I actually felt like I was watching the sitcom.
back in.
It was so good. Would you like it to return?
Oh, I'd love it.
Would you have the time for it, though?
No.
Well, I'd find the time. I mean, you know, it's been a dream, I think, for all of us who were in it since we did that Christmas special for it to come back.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I had £1 for every time somebody stops me in the street and says, "Is there going to be any more Gavin and Stacey?" I'd be a rich woman.
Do they still call you the Pam nicknames and things like that in the street?
Pamela, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's lovely that it's so popular. It really is. It really... I mean, when people say, "I've watched it so many times, I love it," as a family, we all sit and watch it together. It's just so nice, you know.
I read you playing Robbie Williams' grandma.
Oh, yes, I did a film in Melbourne. It was about 18 months, 2 years ago now. Time goes so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the film's not come out yet. So I think they're still... I don't know what they do.
Here We Go continues tonight, 8 p.m. on BBC One, all episodes on the iPlayer. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Get over there and eat some ribs. And Tom joined. I've been rehired, thank you.
You're hired.
And Tom joined us now. Hello, Tom.
Hello.
So good
Lovely
to
to
see
be
you.
here.
I was just admiring all your beautiful suits. You always look so good on television.
Well, that's very kind of you to
Double-breasted today.
Oh,
very
yes,
nice.
I've gone with the DB, just
very
to
nice.
hide some
You're looking
Christmas.
very lovely.
Christmas,
Not at all. You look beautiful.
Thanks, everybody.
The Apprentice, You're Fired.
Yes.
It's a lovely show. Did you always, like, when they pitched it to you, were you always a fan of The Apprentice? Was it always something you wanted to do when they pitched it to you? Or
Yes, and what I like about The Apprentice is it's one of those shows, I think it still does this, where people sit around as a family or as housemates and they watch it together, largely just so they can comment on the people in it and sort of, you know, go, I could have done that. What are they doing? Oh, they're idiots. So I think it's a nice show like that because it brings people together. But doing the after show, we have a lot of fun on You're Fired, and we get to meet the candidates, obviously, and get to know them and show their human side.
I didn't realise they weren't allowed to have their telephones.
People don't realise.
I didn't know this.
It's an exclusive. It's an exclusive.
So that puts a lot more pressure on them. They can't just Google something.
They're not allowed to make it all totally fair. They can't do any research on the task around when they're actually doing the task. So it's very strictly controlled to make it fair between the teams and everything. So they can't just we had one last week where the guy didn't know what TBSP stood for, which of course is tablespoon. But when you're under pressure, you go, I don't know what TBSP stands for. What does that mean? And normally we just Google everything.
The stress.
I know, the stress for them. It's terrible,
and then you've got a
isn't
group of people around you who probably don't want you to succeed that much.
Well, exactly. It's very competitive, and then it's being filmed, which, as we all know, makes everything much more stressful.
You've got Karen in the corner looking at you like this.
Yes, people shoving cameras in your face all the time. I can't even look at the right camera that's on me now. But that one. So it's very stressful for them. So we try and have a laugh and just sort of, show the human side, because I do think at least they have a go. Those candidates.
The worst thing is you've got to perform by the end of it. You've got to perform. Can you kind of relate to that pressure of having to perform?
Yeah, I mean, when I started, I was a stand-up for like 13 years before I did any television, but I used to find the pressure of doing stand-up, like I go to these clubs and, people just hated me. Because they'd be like these, really, quite aggressive, blokes on stag parties and stuff, sailors probably, and they'd all be there, and I'd come out and start talking about my mum's hostess trolley, and people would be absolutely furious, and so I had to sort of learn to deal with that pressure and find a way through.
No, but I think sometimes when obviously you're really good now, and I suppose you don't feel... Do you feel pressure still when you go out on tour?
I do a bit, because you want to do a good job,
Yeah.
but, you try and... Someone told me once nerves are just the flip side of excitement, and I thought that's good advice, isn't it? That's good to try and see it in a positive way. But I do sometimes.
How long did it take you before you were comfortable on stage then? If you were going through these gigs where you would...
Probably like 14, 15 years of it. Yeah. Probably. I still have an anxiety to do it well, but now I can enjoy it a bit more. But back then, I was...
Did you ever go through a period of, this is just too much hassle?
Yes, about 14 or 15 years, yeah. But I just kept doing it, and then, if you keep going with something, it usually turns out all right in the end.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. That's what I did.
So how does it make you feel when you get the royal seal of approval?
Well, I don't like to mention it.
HRA.
I don't like to mention it, really, but I did do the Raw Variety, sure. And apparently, I don't like to look at praise, obviously, but apparently their Royal Highnesses enjoyed it.
Well, no, he didn't just enjoy it, did he?
You've made a complete meal out of it now, but I suppose we should take a look at it.
Well, humility is my middle name.
Take a look, Tom.
I'm not a robot. I promise I'm not a robot. OK, we'll give you another chance. Try and read this joined-up handwriting. Oh, I promise I'm not a robot. Please give me one last chance. OK, one last chance. Click on the box that says, I'm not a robot. OK, I click on the box. I promise I'm not a robot. You know robots can't lie. I clicked on the box. Please now, can I come on your toaster website? Now you can come on our toaster website. You go on the toaster website, though. The first thing that happens is a pop-up comes up. It's this woman called Geraldine. She's got a sharp blonde bob and a headset on. She goes, hi, how can I help you? Geraldine's a blooming robot!
He's crying. He's crying.
Maybe he was just really sad. I don't know. Maybe I just made him very emotional. I don't know. But they were very nice.
What was that skit? What were you doing?
That's from my new show, actually. It's on tour at the moment.
Oh, hello.
Is it not on your yellow pages there, Dermot?
Tom's coming into completely. Continues until June.
Till June, yes. Going on till June, yes, absolutely. And
did a little bit of a road test with HRH.
Yeah. Well, you know, I had been doing a little. I've been on tour for a little while now, Dermot. But yes, that was very thrilling to do it for them, and they were very nice. They came around afterwards and said hello, and they were such lovely people.
It obviously resonated with him, didn't it?
Well, you know, we're all frustrated by technology, aren't we? It is very annoying. So I try and make light of the things that stress us all out.
What I love about you, because obviously we did Bake Off, Extra Slice together, and your communication with other people and the way you communicate with others is just so good. You're so good with just people randomly.
Oh, thank you.
You're so good.
I just like talking, really.
Yeah.
And I think since I've learned to talk, apparently, I just went up. I'd always liked talking to older women, apparently. I just was, from the age of about 3, would just love to go and talk to older ladies. And in fact, I'd often get lost in the supermarket deliberately. Just so I could hear my name called out on the tannoy, and also so I could talk to the people who work behind the customer service desk in the supermarket. So I don't know.
You're just interested in people.
Just interested in people.
I love that about you.
I mean, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Because I think we spend so long on our screens, scrolling and getting angry and, you know, worrying about things. And actually, when you talk to other people, you realise actually it's all right, isn't it? Everything's all right.
Do you love that for material for stand-up? Like, I read this lovely story about Larry Grayson where his parents had the only phone in the street.
Yeah.
And so people would come around and use their phone every day, pay his mum to use the phone, and he'd sit on the top of the stairs and just listen to women call their sons or husbands away. And that's where he got so much idea from, so much material from.
Yes, I suppose I probably used to elbow my way into my mum's coffee mornings and just, like, as a kid, just sit there and listen to them all talking about whatever personal problems they had going on. And I'd kind of just lap it up or probably jib in with my own advice on it. And I just sort of, I just kind of like that. I like kind of suburban normal life, really, even though, you know, maybe I dress a bit flamboyantly, but I'm actually very, very normal, very normal. My mother used to work in the Army and Navy, which was a department store, not the military.
Oh, a wonderful story she was.
You know what Dermot's in Bake Off?
Yes, you're doing the Stand Up to Cancer one, aren't you?
Have you got any advice for him?
Oh, do you know what a tablespoon is?
Yes.
Great. Are you good at cooking under pressure?
Yes.
Can you use a weighing scales?
I believe so.
I don't know if it's enough, but have you...
We'll muddle through.
You'll muddle through. I mean,
you did well in Bake Off.
Well, I was brilliant, you're right. But no, I didn't. I was terrible. And I do all these things with baking and cooking shows and stuff, and I think I would know something. Got there and knew absolutely nothing. No. And it's very stressful when you've got Prue Lee staring at you. People don't realise she's very terrifying.
She is the most pressured out of all of them.
Well, you could get caught on one of those necklaces or something. And
The Apprentice, You're Fired. Let me read my yellow sheet. The Apprentice, You're Fired airs 10 p.m, BBC 2 on Thursdays after The Apprentice.
Yes. Say it like you mean it, Dermot, not just like you... We're not in a meeting.
Oh, no, hang on, I'm going to sell this bit. And Tom's comedy store completely...
Yes, lovely.
Till June.
How long have you been a presenter for now?
Too long, but it's
too long. And people can apply if they want to be on the next series of The Apprentice. It is a great experience, I will say that. And they can go on the BBC website to do that. I'm looking down the barrel of the camera to say it. Go on the BBC website and apply to be on the next series of The Apprentice. That's how you do it, Dermot. You don't just read it off a piece of paper.
It's a lovely sell, that.
I'm a terrible guest, aren't I?
Tom.
Oh, thanks for having me.
No, you're the best
Thank you for this lovely view you've got here. It's so beautiful.
Stunning.
I know, by the River Thames. Gosh.
Eleanor joins us now. I am in. This looks so good. And you're with a bit of Leo. I mean,
Leo.
It's not a hard job, was it?
Oh, he's just the best, honestly. He's like the nicest guy. And yeah, he made my job very easy.
Did you see White Lotus? He was so good in White Lotus.
Yeah, he's an amazing actor. It's been... White Lotus hadn't come out when we started filming, so to sort of be there with him while that kind of madness happened was just really
as well
great.
as sort of living through that, when you do a show like Poldark and you spent so long doing it and it was such a massive hit, that must have been nice for you to be able to kind of, you know, see that experience and maybe guide him a little bit as well.
I wouldn't say I guided him, but
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
we...
Just to have that commonality.
Yeah, no, it's just really special, and he's become one of my best friends as well. So
Well,
it's just
fantastic.
yeah, it's kind of rare sometimes that happens. And
It's
just,
lovely when it happens, though,
Yeah,
isn't it?
really, really lovely.
So for people that don't know this story, obviously, it's, like Alison said, it's based on the David Nichols book, this incredible book. And then there's a movie adaptation as well in, I think, 2009. But if people aren't aware of the story, can you just give us a little bit of a background?
So it's basically two people that that meet on their last night of university, and then they go their separate ways, but their lives sort of remain intertwined, and then you see them, it spans 20 years, and it's the different people that come into their lives, but none of them are quite each other.
But you see it as the one, so it's always the 15th of July?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
So
it's St. Stephen's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
And your character comes a little bit later on.
Yes, yeah. From about episode 9 onwards, I come in as his girlfriend and then his wife. And...
But maybe the audiences might not want you to be together with him.
Yeah, I think that's her biggest fault, is that she's just not Emma. So, yeah, nothing I can do about that.
Oh, it's so exciting to see. It's so good.
What's it like to be playing that character? To be playing the character that isn't necessarily the baddie, but, you know, isn't as in love with him as he is with her or so forth. You know, it's sort of...
I really enjoyed it. I think what was great is that in the book you kind of don't really get to know her that much, but in this adaptation, because it was for television, we had so much more time. So the character's really fleshed out a bit more, and I really wanted to make her sort of more real and relatable. I mean, she's still, you know, slightly tricky, and it becomes very clear that she's not the right woman for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really great to have kind of like more to play with the character, with the writing.
How many parts is it?
What, the series in
Yeah.
total? I think it's 15 and 14.
Oh, wow. So there's a
Yeah,
big
it's a
arc
lot.
there, isn't
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
That's great.
Did you enjoy the fashion, though? Because we go back to the 80s, don't we? And I was an 80s baby. Did you enjoy the fashion?
Loved it. I'm not going to lie, the low-rise jean is terrifying. But it's, yeah, you know, it's... I'm pretty glad that it's... I mean, it's coming back now, isn't it? But I'll be a high-waisted girl, I think.
And it must be lovely when you sit down that first sort of script reading and you look around and, like, we mentioned Leo, but Amika Mod's there as well.
Yeah.
You know, she's has this incredible
sensational.
body of work, isn't she? With like, this is going to hurt. Must have been that. You must get that kind of frisk on that first chemistry read or whatever when you sit down. And everyone gets there.
Yeah.
And everyone has their little name behind the table or whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, what's that day like?
That was amazing. There were a couple of days, because we actually read through all of the episodes, which is quite rare.
What, on the read-through at the table?
Yeah, we had it over
wow.
a couple of days. But to just meet them and to see them working together and to sort of know that it was going to be this massive hit and to just watch that nervous little twinkle that they had and then to see what they've made of it is just... I'm so proud of it. I think it's a really great show.
Yeah, great.
It really is.
Yeah.
And as we know, Poldark, we've got to talk about Poldark because that is what made you, made the Mauser. I didn't realise you're a natural blonde.
Yeah.
And it was your idea to become a redhead.
Yeah, I wanted to make her kind of fiery and, you know...
What made you... Did you want to always be a redhead or did you just think that character needed it?
Purely just that character. I was kind of thinking about her and how best to get into it, and I really wanted to, you know, change myself up a bit. And so, yeah, I was like, let's go for a redhead.
Oh, you're stuck with it now. I mean,
Yeah, if I went blonde, I'd never work again. Yeah.
And I heard about your accents, though. You're very good with accents, because obviously we've seen Mauser. She's brilliant. Well, I've heard that you're not very good at the Brummie accent. Why is that? And when did you realise that you wasn't any good?
During the Peaky Blinders audition.
Stop it.
Yeah, which was very short, as will this conversation about accents.
Did you not give me... Why did you not give me a call?
I
could have given you some
I should have
coaching.
done. Yeah, absolutely.
And what was it? Like, were you literally in the audition?
Yeah, and they actually said, oh, you really can't do the accent, can you? I was like, Thanks.
I'm
no.
trying really hard.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah.
And
no,
had
I
you done
can't
some
do it.
like just kitchen preparation, like listening to?
I had tortured myself just watching Alison Hammond videos the entire time.
People need to do a Brum accent. What would be your advice? What would be your tips?
I mean, do you want me to give you
Yes,
a little bit of a
please.
coaching right
Please,
now?
yes.
No, the next part could be around the corner.
Okay, I want you to say, I'm just going down the road.
Yeah. If I say that, I will never work
All you're going to
again.
say is, I'm just going down the road. Can you say that?
No.
I'm just going down the road.
That is not coaching. That's just
You
us
say
being
it
fair.
first,
This is, I'm
Dominic.
coaching
Help me
her.
out.
Yeah.
I'm
I
coaching
want to
her.
help too. I'm
I'm
just going
coaching.
down the road.
Just going
To
down.
see Dermot O'Leary.
To see Dermot O'Leary.
Absolutely not.
I am actually pushing my Birmingham accent because I've actually modified
your
my
Birmingham
accent a little bit. I'm pushing it a little bit. I'm just going down the road to see Dermot O'Leary.
Good for you. I hope he's well. That's great.
And then we have to talk about
I'm
Outlaws as
feeling
well.
that
because
you're
not
never
only-
gonna do that.
Like, it's such a great show, Steve Merchant's Outlaws. It's like, it's really lovely comedy. Lovely to see a different side of you. Also, and everyone thought this during the first series, they got Christopher Walken to be in the show.
I know. Madness. But how amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
And how was he... Because with Walken, you must sit down at lunch and just go, talk. Just soak it all up, listen to it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my first lunch with him, I was literally sat there like, oh my gosh, it's Christopher Walken. But I mean, he's so lovely and he's just so full of these kind of bonkers stories, you know. Suddenly he's doing an impression of Marlon Brando and he's like the most impersonated actor. Anyway, don't ask me to do Christopher Walken.
In a Birmingham accent.
Yeah. It was wonderful. Just what a great experience to work with him and just to be a part of Stephen's team.
It's a lovely...
It's really
she's got a lovely
great.
vibe to that whole show.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, Ellen, it's wonderful watching your career flourish. It
Thank
really is.
you.
It's so nice. The full series of One Day is available now on Netflix.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Thank you so
Ellen.
much for joining us.
Our lovely Bear's with us. He says none of that's possible without a bit of brain fuel, and he's here now. Hiya, Bear.
Nice to see you.
So nice to see you.
We're normally seeing Action Bear all the time, but this is a very different mission, isn't it? Tell us all about it.
Well, it's designed for young people. It's called Mind Fuel. I think, as you guys know, there is so much uncertainty for young people out there at the moment, and mental health is something that all of us need to do whatever we can to try and be on the front foot in life. You know, I call it mental fitness because it's something we can build and we can do something to help ourselves with. So this is written for young people, so they're ready for the challenges of life that, as you know, they're going to come at us. They do come at us. And I think young people are facing, you know, it's that mix of climate change and you know, coming out of COVID stuff and war. And, you know, it's like they've never experienced such a fast change of life. And it's hard to feel totally prepared for that. And I think school does a good job, but they're on the back foot trying to teach stuff.
Yeah.
But actually teaching the life skills, so how you can be mentally strong for the storms that all of us go through. And that's what Mind Fuel Young Explorer is about. Simple, relevant, practical things that young people can do to be mentally strong.
The thing is, I guess when we were kids, you were sort of shielded from it because it wasn't as accessible, it wasn't as available. Like, I remember I'd go home and I'd get a glimpse of the news at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
My parents watching it, or I'd hear it on the radio. But for the most part, you could live your life in a kind of, you kind of a little bit of a bubble in the back when you were kids, which is what children should.
But in a way, that's kind of how, you know, it was a natural way, wasn't it? And it meant as you're exposed to challenges, it's not all at once.
No.
But I think social media and stuff and many other things make it all so immediate.
Yeah.
And, you know, we tend to read the horror stories in the newspapers, but my experience as Chief Scout is young people are actually incredibly smart, incredibly resilient, but they want resources. They want tools that are practical and that can help them.
How do you stay in tune with the youngsters as well? Because I know you're approaching the Big 5-0 very shortly. How do you know what the word on the street? I know you're an ambassador of the Scouts, but do you think it's through your kids as well, the fact that you've got teenagers?
Well, 3 teenagers definitely keeps you honest. In fact, our eldest now is just 20, so he's out of teenage years. But, you know, I think parenthood full stop is challenging.
Yeah.
But if you think parenthood is challenging, try be the teenager now. I think that's a really challenging one. And all of us as parents, we want to do stuff that just helps and resources young people. And like I say, as Chief Scout, I see that close up every day.
Yeah.
You know, is on one hand, kids are smart and they are adapting, but on the other hand, it's like life is a million miles an hour. And you know, I think in many ways you often leave school a bit on the back foot. You know, a bit not quite prepared, as the Scouts say. You want to be prepared.
Yeah.
So Mind Fuel is designed to help prepare young people for those storms.
I mean, I just read this stat this morning. 1 in 6 5 to 16-year-olds, this is from 2021, is kind of experienced some kind of mental health problems. You give them some specific tips about overcoming anxiety. One of the ones that I took was routine, which is really interesting. Can you talk us through a bit of that?
I like that. So all of these things are simple building blocks, but I think having a routine in life, whatever it is, gives you a structure, doesn't it, for the day? It might be like, OK, I'm gonna, you know, go to school and then, but actually, instead of just sitting around my phone afterwards, I'm gonna go for a fast walk with a dog, 15 minutes, you know, twice, 3 times a week, or whatever it is. Build your structure. But a lot of it's things like, you know, spend more time outdoors. I mean, I know it sounds obvious, but unless you consciously do it, you end up spending all your time indoors under these sort of lights, and it's, you know, school lights, and actually we're designed, nature wants to heal us. When you walk with a friend outside, maybe it's getting off the bus to stop early and walking the last 10 minutes to school with a friend. You know, the act of being outside in fresh air, taking exercise, talking to a friend, getting the vitamin D.
So true.
You know, simple things like that.
I read in your book as well the fact that you should just make your bed every day.
Well,
do that simple thing.
I love that. And again, you know, it's simple things, but it's something that means you start on the front foot of the day. Like, I've made it good. This is going to be a great day. And things like set yourself some goals, some targets, and then give yourself permission to fail. Just go, you know, I'm going to go for that thing. There's a strong likelihood we're not going to do it, but that's OK. So it's like you develop this resilience and ability to bounce back from failures that, again, young people don't get a lot of time in school. It's like, oh, I don't want to go for that in case I don't get it. But if you can, like, say, set the goals, accept that you're going to fail a bit, and then keep going, and, like, each failure is a stepping stone to the good stuff. So all of this stuff is simple. The one I really like is be the most enthusiastic person you know. My dad used to say that. He said, you don't have to be the cleverest, luckily, the sportiest or the biggest or strongest. You don't have to win at everything. But if you turn up on time looking smart with a really enthusiastic attitude...
That's so true.
That's what I love about you as well, Bear. I mean, you know, you've been through quite a lot. You lost your dad quite young, and he was a big hero of yours. You know, you had your accident, parachuting, and then you got up and climbed Everest off the back of it. Where did you find that fortitude? How did you...
I think you cling to simple things. You know, and something like that, of like, I'm going to choose, like putting on my shirt in the morning, I'm going to put on a really enthusiastic attitude and do my best. You know, it's that Scout thing of do your best. It's not be the best, it's do your best. There's a power to those simple things, and they're the lessons that always historically our grandparents and our parents would spend time and you'd pass on, and that does still happen, but sometimes the pace of life just runs away and we miss some of these simple lessons. And I mean, you know, Dermot, you're a dad, and it's these simple things have power, don't they?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I've just started out my journey, and I'm not just saying this, but if I do half a job that she's done, then I'll be
So
very...
tell me about your children, Alice.
I've only got the one.
Yeah.
He's 18 now.
Well, there you go. Well,
Sorry, he's 19 now. I do apologise. It was our birthday. We shared at the same birthday. But yeah,
so fun.
Do you know what? He's totally... He's on it. His mind is on it, and everything that you're saying, I see in my son. So
yeah, but he's got that probably from you.
Maybe.
You know, it's like what do they say? Parenthood. Example, example, example.
I think he's better than me, though. For some reason,
I mean, that's almost what you want.
Wanted. Exactly. I think his mind is better than mine. Everything. He's amazing.
So nice.
What's his name?
Aidan.
Awesome. Aidan, come on.
He's a great lad.
What a mum you got.
Thanks, Bear. It's lovely to get you on the couch and just talk about something different as well. You know, it's brilliant. It's Mind Fuel for Young Explorers, Simple Ways to Build Mental Resilience by Bear is out now. Thanks, Bear.
Thank you.
And Anastasia joins us now. Hello again.
Hello.
Or should we say good
I got a little pork in my tooth.
Are you a meat eater now?
You know, if he's cooking for me, I might just have to convert.
Or should we say guten Tag, Anastasia?
Oh, hi! yes, that's exactly what that song is called. Very good. Are you learning your German for me?
Yeah.
He's fluent.
Specifically for you. So, listen, the last song we heard there is a brand new single, Now or Never. So tell us all about how did this whole German thing come about?
This was an interesting... someone came to me and said, I would love you to translate all these German songs to English. And I said, no, I don't think that's... I don't think that's
like,
a good
why?
idea. Yeah, I'm like, does Germany really need that? Is that a missing link in their section? I was like, I don't know that as their desire. But I started to warm up to the fact, and I said, I'll just go for it. Let's try. And someone, a really famous band in Germany, decided to translate their own song, give it to me. He's half English, so he sang it. Little did I know it was him. He's punk, it's great, called Best Days. And then I started to go, okay, I'm gonna translate some songs, and realized it's impossible to do. But I did learn, and I struggled through it, and Now or Never I wrote the words to. I wrote the words to about 8, 9 of the songs on the album.
Right.
And
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't speak German.
No.
So how do you know which song you wanted to translate? Where do you go from?
Well, I didn't know. I went with the only technique I had, which was, as a writer myself, I start with melody. So I just listened to songs melody. I had no idea what it was saying or what the words were, but I was like, do I like the verse melody? Do I like the chorus? Okay, I could deal with that. I'd put them in a category, and then I'd say, well, what is it saying? And I was like, okay, that's out. I'm not going to say that. That's out. And eventually came with a group of songs that I said, all right, let me translate them.
What a challenge.
And Google is fired, because it is not my friend. It did not help at all.
Google Translate?
Yeah.
It's no good.
Ooh, me no like it. Yeah. So that did not work very well. But I think through the process of hiring a professor to sort of say, this is what the song means, I said, okay. And then you have to put the right syllables in there with the right... it's hard, but it sounds easy. It sounds really easy on the ear now.
So it's all about the beats, really?
It's really all about the melody.
Connected with you.
Yeah, and when you listen to the album, it sounds like they're my songs. And because I wrote the words, so I use the metaphors that would be something I would say in that phrase that they used, because everything's backwards, and it just doesn't translate to an easy sentence. So I have the word roller coaster in the song. In fact, the song is called Here and Now, if you translated it right. But I was like, here and now. No, that's not good. So I just decided to swap it a little bit. Now or Never. I love the 2 alliterations, and it's cool.
So then do you have to go back to the original artists?
Yeah, you have to get approvals from them.
Is that okay if I do this?
Yeah, but they didn't have the record companies didn't have even a section of their places that were like, we don't have someone that approves that. No one's ever wanted to translate certain songs. And I'm like, oh, bummer. So you had to go to the artist. You had to find the artist that wrote it, or you had to pick another song.
I think this is going to take off, especially in Germany. Germany's going to love it.
Well,
they love you already, don't they?
Thank God. I didn't know what would happen, but it's been a tremendous success.
Really?
We've been on the charts. We're number 1, we're number 2 each week, and on and off, and
congratulations.
Has it always been a happy home
gold.
for you in Germany? Have you always had a good fan base there?
I have a very good fan base there, but this was not... I thought this would be a career breaker.
Yeah.
Not a career maker.
Yeah.
So I'm very surprised that it's taken off so well. And it was so fun to do after I realized that, take off the stress from translating and just get back into what it's like to write a song. And then it was fun.
Well, we wanted to play a little game with you because obviously we wanted to test your German, or we wanted to help your German.
Oh, okay, because you know
anything.
so much.
Yeah, because
because you're experts
well,
now.
I'll be honest with you, Dermot is fluent with the words, but I'm not fluent, but I will try for you.
Das ist gut, yeah.
So we're about to play a little game. Are you ready to play the game?
I'm so ready to play a game and
Very excited about the title for this. Take a look. It's determined das German.
Oh, and you know how much that cost. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
So we're going to show you a German word, and all you need to do is guess what it means in English.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
All right.
You ready?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
First up, Krapfen. It's right
It's in the plasma there, you go.
Any
That
idea
might
what
help you.
I would guess that I don't know. I like a...
Anything broadcastable you can say that.
No, I don't want to say what I think.
Everything that we've done is broadcastable.
Yeah, don't worry.
Oh,
so it's not...
Cafe.
Wow,
Ooh,
interesting.
cafe.
No, found in a cafe. It is, in fact, a jelly-filled donut.
Oh, okay.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Well, I know they sell it in a cafe.
There you go. And the next one...
I've seen it.
She's practically fluent. She's there.
This is your next one. It is... fart.
That, I know. Fart means exit.
No, it doesn't actually.
wait.
It means... Do you want to have another go?
Who's gonna fart
Well-
you home tonight? Bit of clue for you.
What?
Who's gonna fart you home?
Fart you home. Take you home?
No, it's drive.
Oh,
It's
shoot, I don't
drive.
think like...
What?
Fart means drive. Let's go
No,
for a fart.
it's very interesting that I...
Here's an interesting one. Schmuck.
Well, I mean, I know what that is.
Well,
That's
yeah,
like
but
a-
you'd think.
But it's not
I
that
think
in
that's the
German.
Yiddish, so I think German might be slightly
no,
different.
in German, schmuck is not like a bad person. Schmuck is something underneath, like stuff underneath your shoe. No?
You really
Oh my
don't
God.
speak German
I'm telling
at
you,
all,
my
do you?
album's amazing. I
Take a look at the
promise you.
answer.
I promise you. That's
It
why
is-
It means... jewellery.
Jewellery.
You're
course
wearing a
it
lot of
does.
schmuck.
I don't even know what schmuck is.
Go on, do the last one.
Oh my God, I'm failing at all.
I think we're going to leave it there anyway because I
Okay.
think you're just
Do
not
one
doing
more.
very... She's
Well,
not
you
going to
know,
win
that's
it.
why
But it's just a
that's
nice
why
word.
I translated that to English because I wouldn't have been able to sing them.
OK, this was the last one. It stinks Tearful.
Stink Stiefel.
Stink
Stiefel.
Stink
Stiefel.
I can say them, but
So you're good at saying
Stink
them.
Stiefel.
Any ideas what it means?
Go with the syllables. So the first one. Say what you see.
Stiefel. Stinsky Stiefel. Eiffel Tower.
Reveal. It means...
means a
Smelly boots.
Smelly boots, like the Eiffel Tower it is.
It's a smelly boot.
It's a smelly boot, people.
There you go. That was a good game, wasn't it?
Good. Loved it.
I really have not proved anything about exactly why did I decide to do a translation album because I only know how to speak English.
But are you going over? Are you touring it over there? Or
Oh my!
what's
I'm doing stadiums this summer. Yeah, it's great.
Can you believe you've been in the biz for 24 years, babes?
Freaking now.
It's unbelievable.
I'm still in shock.
And you've got a whole group of new fans now.
I do, and all my clothes are current.
Yes.
Which is the best part. I can pull from my own closet. I don't need a stylist.
Well, honestly, you get younger every day. We're very excited about your new album. There it is.
Bigger glasses.
Let's get it. Let's get the closer.
Front and centre.
There
And
it
Steve's
is.
new album, Our Songs.
It was so fun to design, too. I was
available now.
part of everything.
Very
See,
young.
I'm a dog mom.
Oh.
Thank you.
Now, he ruled the charts in the 80s, selling 25 million albums as the lead singer of Spandau Ballet.
Yeah, 4 decades on. Tony Hadley's schedule is just as jam-packed as it was then, with a brand new album and a busy run of summer festivals and a tour coming up. And he's joining us now. Tony!
Can't get rid of me,
So
can you?
good to see you. We don't want to get rid of you.
Coming back, you know. How many years? It's a
4
long
decades.
time.
I mean, can you even believe it? 4 decades. You look exactly the same.
Well, you're
You
very
sound the
kind.
same
You're
too.
very kind. But yeah, I mean, it's 43 years,
Wow.
which is incredible. And funny enough, it's sort of someone phoned me up the other day because Live Aid is, I think, 40 years as well. It's coming up for 40 years, and you don't realise how quickly the time goes by. My eldest son is going to be 40 on the 16th of 40. My
Unbelievable.
Tom's going to be 40 on the 16th of February.
Yeah.
And my youngest was 12 yesterday, my little Genevieve. So it's a big expanse. I love what I do.
Yeah.
I'm very, very lucky. And I think when you start off in this business, as you know, it's a dream. You hope that you can carry on the dream and get paid for it as well and be doing it for the rest of your life. Because, as I say to people, I'm not remotely qualified for anything else, as my wife would
Just as well.
testify.
Just your wife would tell you.
Do you feel like you appreciate it more now, though? Because back in the day, you're in the throes
Yeah.
of stardom and everything, that bubble. Do you feel like you enjoy it more now?
I think so, yeah. I try and appreciate the whole fact that I'm still doing it, I'm still loving it as much as possible. I mean, you know, when you're 20 and you've signed your record deal and everything else, you're doing Top of the Pops, it's relentless.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, times are busy now, But when you're sort of a young pop band, it's like ding, 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 and you just don't stop. And to be honest, you don't really stop to savour the moment. And people ask me now, what did you do back in the... I ain't got a clue.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what I did? I don't know.
That documentary a few years ago, Soul Boys, was such a
Yeah.
Soul Boys of the West was such a brilliant story because, like, it's not really only about being a band in the 80s. It's about the fact you guys were playing in the bombed-out sites in the Second World War. You're all London boys,
Yeah.
and then you grow up and you go to the Blitz Club, and all these unbelievable artists like Boy George and Steve Strange. Like everyone's in the Blitz Club. I mean, where you guys have come from is extraordinary.
I suppose it is, really. I mean, and also you've got to remember we came from a period of time, it was post-punk. You know, London was really gritty. I mean, Soho back in 77, 78, you know, it was a bit of dodge walking around there. But there was this whole kind of new movement, youth was great, literally word of mouth, and there was a good feeling. There was, you had the Duranis in Birmingham, the Spandau down here, Depeche, Basildon, Human League in Sheffield. So there was this whole kind of movement around the country that was all sort of coming together. It was a good, fun time, yeah.
Oh, so exciting. The music that came out of it, so, like, you know, stands the test of time as well. So let's talk about this. I can't believe it's taken you this long to do a swing album.
Well, I did do one years ago, but I don't think I ever properly released it. I sort of just floated it out.
Yeah.
It was called Passing Strangers. I'm very proud of it. And so what we've done with this is the first time I've released it on vinyl. So we've taken my favourite tracks from Passing Strangers, remastered, and then some songs that we were doing live that we never ever got round to recording.
Yeah.
So it's a kind of sort of my favourite songs, really.
Is that your dog?
It's the mood you're in.
Is that your dog?
That's not my dog. No, it's Craig who's the dog. Oh, it's his dog.
Oh,
He's a
nice
beautiful
dog.
dog.
He
I've got
feels
little
great.
miniature wide-haired Dachshunds, so they're not as big as that dog. And I don't play the double bass, but hey, but it looks good in a picture.
Tom, we have to talk about you and Michael McIntyre because it was just
so good.
so
Everybody
funny.
saw that.
Just shows how on it you are. Like, you put a microphone, music,
Yeah.
and you're there.
Well, it was really fun because I'm going along in the cab and, you know, and he's chatting away. You know what cab drivers are like. And I thought, something's afoot here.
Really?
But when I walked into the supposed dental place, which I thought I was meant to be an ambassador of, and they sort of sat me on the chair, and I said to them, you're the three best-looking dental nurses I've ever seen in my life. And then when she went, ha, 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 I was like, what? And when that flat came down, it was really loud. And the audience were quite amazing. I think there's one bit where I put my hand over there and, you know, good job I covered.
Look at him with the apron on.
I hope I haven't got the same jacket. I hope I've got a different jacket.
Is it the same
I really must buy some new jackets.
So good.
It was so
brilliant.
good.
But I remember being, because I hadn't warmed up or anything, being really thirsty. So when Michael said, oh, can we have another song? Literally, Adam, our keyboard player, just grabbed his bottle of water and drank the water, and then the guy gave
because
me
normally
the
you'd have to
monitor.
warm up before something like that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You sounded beautiful.
Yeah, I normally do. I do. And I say to all young singers, make sure you warm up 30, 40 minutes before you go on stage. It really is invaluable. It's a
And
great
March, you're going on tour?
Yeah.
This is very exciting.
Well, I mean, very, very briefly, Ronnie Scott's orchestra asked me to do the Cheltenham Jazz Festival back last summer. Fantastic, what a privilege. And it was amazing. Very nervous. I hadn't done the swing thing for a while. But that sort of prompted me to sort of, you know, go and do a swing tour again. So we're doing that in March, all around the country. Vinyl, coloured vinyl as well. It's just brilliant. I love vinyl. And so that's out. And,
and then I saw you on the piano room, the Radio 2 piano. It's such a lovely thing we're doing, isn't it?
Oh, that was great with Vernon.
Yeah.
He was
BBC
so cool.
Concert Orchestra. It's so
I
beautiful.
haven't seen any of this footage.
It's gorgeous.
Really nice. This must be so wonderful to perform with that orchestra as well.
Performing with an orchestra is, I think, always the best thing for a singer. I've been lucky enough to play with orchestras all over the world. But they were absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just so lovely. And the setting was great. The lights were
Gorgeous,
good.
Maida Vale as well.
Make a bit of Vaseline on the lens these days, and I'm happy.
Always does wonders. Tony, thanks so much. The mood I'm in, Tony, is out now.
Good
The
to see
tour.
you guys.
Congratulations
Thank you,
on
mate.
everything.
At 21 years old, our next guest's life changed forever when she attended a party at the Playboy Mansion.
Hugh Hefner, then in his 80s and a millionaire mogul, handpicked Crystal out from the crowd to become one of his infamous girlfriends, to travel the world and attend star-studded parties.
Yeah, they officially tied the knot in 2012 and remained, what looked like, in a glamorous marriage until his death almost 5 years later.
But all was not as it seemed. Crystal has now released a tell-all book on what life was really like, and she joins us now. Welcome to the show.
Hi,
Thank you so much
for having me. Nice to meet you.
Here's the book, Only Say Good Things, by Crystal. But you've broken that rule now, haven't you? Because it's not all good things in this book.
Yes.
How do you feel about breaking that promise to her now?
I made a promise to have later in his life that I would only say good things about him when he was gone. He put me on the board of his foundation. And once I left the mansion, I went into therapy for about 5 years, and I realized that the place messed me up more than I thought it did. So I think, you know, it's time to tell the truth and tell people really what went on there.
Do you still have conflicting feelings and emotions for your time there and him?
Yeah, it's still conflicted, for sure.
Yeah. In what way? So, I mean, because obviously you had a relationship, you were married to him, and I think you were his carer for 3 years as well.
Yeah, in a way, I felt sorry for him. When I was there, I felt sorry for him. And ever since I knew him, it's like he was a kind of a lost little boy that created this lifestyle to maybe help his inner wounds, but it never helped. And yeah, he was sad.
Did he ever open up about things like that with you? Like, did he ever talk about why he ended up where he ended up?
He told me that he didn't really get love as a child, and you know, a lot of the girls he liked didn't like him back. So I think that was his way to prove them all wrong or get back at people. I'm not really sure. You know, I like to dive into psychology, and so I wanted to do that in the book. Try and understand how I ended up there and how he ended up in that position.
Well, let's talk about how you ended up there. How did it all start? How did it all come about? How did you even get in contact with Hefner?
Yeah, I'd never even seen or met a celebrity in my life. My friend asked me if I wanted to submit a photo to go to the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I'd ever be picked, but I was. And so we went up there Halloween 2008, and we saw a group of people. We assumed, like, that's Hef, and went over to the cabana, and I met him. It was crazy.
And he locked eyes on you straight away, didn't he? He made a beeline straight for you.
Yes, and I remember looking behind me. I'm like, it's me? Yeah, I felt chosen.
Did you feel special?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt very special.
So how soon was you living in the mansion?
After that weekend, I went...
No way.
Yeah, I went back home, and he called me and asked me to move in.
And how did that conversation go? 'Cause,
right?
Like, what did he say? Like, do you want to come and move in with lots of other girls and live in my mansion?
Basically.
Wow.
It was on a voicemail, too, so it's very interesting. So I moved in with the twins, so it was myself and the twins there, and they were only 19.
And how did you feel when you were asked? Were you, were you intoxicated by it? Were you excited by it? Did you have any kind of second thoughts or trepidations moving in?
This was a time where Playboy was more powerful and people idolized Hef. My role models growing up were Pamela Anderson and Carmen Electra and Jenny McCarthy. They were all in Playboy. And I opened the pages of the magazine and thought, oh, these women are so beautiful. They have the world at their feet. And so I thought it was a powerful, great thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
And what was the lifestyle like? Was it glamorous? Was it champagne? Was it parties? What did you get everything that you wanted out of it?
There were a lot of beautiful parties, but I realized early on that most of it's for show, and there wasn't much freedom. I ended up feeling very trapped there. Things changed pretty fast.
Well, the thing is, sorry, it's so interesting because you was an adult at the time. Some people might say, why didn't you just leave?
Yeah, I think back at that, and when I was 21, I felt like such an adult, but I wasn't, and now I'm 37 and thinking about myself at 21, like I was such a baby.
Yeah.
I was so impressionable, and it's hard. Your brain doesn't really form fully for judgment until your late 20s. So.
Do you think you got institutionalized quite early? Like, you just, because like Alison said, you could have left, but you did. In fact, you did leave when you went back. So do you think you were institutionalized by the whole thing, or you just didn't know any different?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, Hef would tell me things like, dye your roots, or wear the right color, wear the flag, which is the Playboy logo. And he told me I was gaining weight. And so I just thought, oh, I'm slipping. I need to be the best I can be for him and for this place. And at first, I was like, I'm going to be the best I can be. But thinking about it now, I'm like, that was miserable, and I was controlled.
How long do you think it took before you realised this?
Within the first year.
Oh, wow.
Definitely within the first year, yeah.
And do you realise this with the other girls? Do you talk with the other girls? Are you good friends with the other girls?
I think Hef ingrained in us on a cellular level to despise each other. So I'm trying to still be friends with the girls. I'm trying to be friends with Holly and Bridget.
Yeah.
And it's hard because I feel if we met somewhere, like at a restaurant or anywhere else, we'd be friends.
It's so interesting that there was those strong women and you didn't come together and say, this isn't right. What sort of things did you notice? Because I know you talk in the book about the house was quite damp.
Yes. I got very sick, and we had the house checked for mold, and there was toxic mold everywhere.
Really?
It ended up being like a $2 million remediation at the house, and it's bad. It was very bad.
But you eventually married him. You did pull out of the... I don't know why you pulled out, but was it due to the fact that he was earning a lot of money and you wasn't getting any of it?
Yeah. When we were getting married, he was filming a show called Marrying Hef, and I was expected to be part of the show. My talent fee was $2,500, and I found out that he was making $800,000 per episode.
Did you have that conversation with him, or is that not the sort of...
Yeah, he handed me the release, and I said, oh, this isn't very fair. And I remember him asking me, oh, what are you in this for? And it gave me PTSD to all the interview questions. I was a low-hanging fruit. People would ask me horrible questions, and that was one of the reasons I left.
Krista, what do you want people to take from this book? Like, obviously, this has helped you a lot, like getting over your experiences, but what do you want people to take from it?
I think it's bigger than a tell-all. I think it's an important message about self-worth, loving yourself, because I think if you have value on yourself and self-importance and self-worth, then you don't let people dictate that for you and take that away.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
Krista.
so much.
Say all the good
Thank
things.
you.
Surviving the Playboy by Finding Yourself. Crystal Hefner is out now.
It's getting a little spooky in here because there's a new arrival in the neighbourhood.
Oh, we have blown the budget today on
It's getting cold.
Yes, the West End is welcoming the creepy, coopy and mysterious Addams family to Palladium for a very special concert.
And we're so lucky to be joined by the new matriarch of darkness, the wonderful Michelle Visage. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. I'm very excited about this. The Addams Family musical in concert.
Yes.
Not very many performances, though. I'm a little bit disappointed. How many in all?
3 in total.
A little taster to see what might come.
A little taster.
That's it.
That's what I'm
That is
thinking.
it.
So how does it work, the Addams Family musical in concert?
What do you mean, how does it work?
Well, like...
We get up there, we act, we sing, we dance.
songs, or is there a good storyline, or, like...
You basically, here's a little secret, you're basically getting the entire show. The only thing that's missing are huge set pieces. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
We had to learn the entire book, every dance move, all the blocking, all the songs, all the costuming, all the hair and makeup, it's there. It is so good.
What a great role for you, Morticia.
Morticia is the best. And this isn't the first time you've done Morticia.
It's not.
I remember that Strictly performance.
Do you?
I do. It was beautiful with our Giovanni. There it is.
Little foxtrot.
So do you reckon this was the inspiration and you thought, you know what, one day I'm going to be in a musical?
Do you know, my whole life, I've been inspired by Morticia. I grew up... The original TV show was in the 60s. It was before my time, but growing up in America... Carolyn Jones. Was always on. And Morticia always had something that I loved and related to. So it was kind of like a manifestation.
We always had it, like, do you remember? It would always be on a sort of morning, wouldn't it? They'd use the black and white
so good.
And it was
there she is.
so great, wasn't she?
Look at her. Look at her.
And but your daughter was absolutely freaked out with the fact that who you're working with. How freaked out was she?
Ramin Karimloo is my Gomez, and he is just a legend, a Broadway legend, a West End legend. And my daughter Lily, I said, my Gomez is apparently a big deal in the Phantom of the Opera world, which is Lily's favorite show.
I didn't know anything about it and like told Lily, and Lily said, shut up. Booked the flight immediately, has never come to see one. My child is as queer as they come, does not care about what I do.
Oh.
And when I said I was working with Ramin, booked a flight.
That's it.
Yep, is there.
She's in.
So you need to do everything with him now. And
Exactly.
You'll see your daughter.
Thank you very much. Yes,
And
exactly.
Leslie Joseph.
Yeah, you
Grandmama.
manifested her, didn't you?
We always wanted to play mother and daughter, and when she got the role and I didn't know, she texted me, well, guess I'm playing your mother. And she is brilliant.
I'd say so.
Brilliant.
She's so good, isn't she? She's so game as well. Leslie. She's
Yeah,
brilliant.
totally.
The whole cast.
Now, there is a 4-minute tango. Wow. So are you bringing some of your Strictly skills to the musical?
I mean, I like to think so.
Can you even remember anything?
From Strictly?
Yeah.
This is not
Can
a
you
lie.
remember something?
No word of a lie. I have danced once a week since I've left the show.
Are you serious? Because they say keep dancing, and you actually have.
I actually have.
What do? Do you go and meet up with Giovanni or something?
No, he does not want to dance with me. Absolutely not. He's doing his own tour. I have a teacher that I meet once a week.
Serious?
2-hour class.
Such a nice thing to do.
And I found it.
That's
I loved
lovely.
it. And to be in this prime of my life, wanting to learn something new.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So important as well.
I love it. So I do a little Latin.
So I was going to say, what do you sort of change it up every week, or do you always do Latin?
Every week, it's mostly Latin. People don't like to do standard, and I love doing standard, like that foxtrot, but mostly it's cha-cha, rumba, samba, all the things that keep us limber. And I get to bring that to Morticia in the tango.
4-minute tango.
4-minute tango. On
Wow.
Strictly, it's a minute and a half, and this is 4 minutes, and by the end of it, we are feeling
I bet you're absolutely shattered.
100%, yeah. But it's gorgeous, and it's fun, and it's fiery and dynamic.
Talking to Giovanni, we've got to tackle these rumours that he's quite a strict mentor.
Okay.
What would you say on the situation with regards to
I don't like gossip, so I'm not here to gossip, but what I can say from my experience was, yes, he's tough. He's probably the toughest pro there is. I wanted that.
Yeah.
So it depends. Some people can handle that.
Right, it's all about
Some
putting the
people-
right person with the right person.
That's it. Some people don't want to handle that. I wanted that. We fought every day, and it was for good reason, because we got to where we wanted to be. We looked beautiful together.
You did.
So I want to teach.
I love you. She's like, we looked
We
good
did,
together.
Alison. We were, you know.
That's how I feel about me and Dermot. I feel
Beautiful.
like we look good together.
I agree. And your makeup is gorgeous.
Ain't it?
We have to talk Drag Race UK
Yes.
versus the World returns for season 2. Tell us a little bit about it.
So UK versus the world is different to just RuPaul's Drag Race UK, obviously, because we get to see our UK girls battle it out against girls not only from America, but from around the world.
Yeah.
And it is dynamic because everybody in every region does drag differently. Brummie drag is different than Manchester drag, and so on and so forth. So it's really great to see their interpretation and the way they do drag on the main stage, battling it out.
And how different is drag in the States to over here? Like, we have a history over here of it being quite a mainstream thing in many ways, because we all grew up with a version, whether it's Danny LaRue or whoever. It's been very much kind of in our
Good name
street.
drop.
Yeah.
Very well.
So how is it different in the States to over here?
It's all different, like I said, wherever you go. So it is different in the States. I think the States really go for an aesthetic, and I think the UK has a lot of heart. It does come from
a lot of
place-
humour as well.
So much humor. Australia's the same way. I think that we have our roots in the States as well. So I think it's just, the best way to say it is it's just different.
Yeah.
And you have
It's
to
just
judge for what it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever
so
the brief
interesting,
is.
though.
Yeah, it is.
History behind it. Brilliant.
So much history.
13 years you've been a judge. Did you ever think at the beginning that it was going to be so successful?
No. When you go into something, you pray.
Yeah.
You hope. Nobody knows that we're, season 16 is airing in America. You don't know when you go into something. And it really did start as the little engine that could. It was a little gay TV show and a little gay channel, and not everybody had on their cable television, and it just grew very
When was
slowly.
the moment? Like, was there a moment where you just went, actually, this is, like, it's kind of out of control now?
Do you know, when I did Celebrity Big Brother back in, I think that was 2015, the reason I did it was to get a UK version made. That was the only reason. I didn't have any fake tan to sell. I didn't have a calendar, didn't have a book. It was just me trying to get that show made. And it took like 4 years from that for people to take it seriously.
Yeah.
But I knew going in that it needed to be done because I saw the fan base who would watch it, maybe not legally. I don't know. I'm just going to put that out there. And I saw the love and the passion for this show. So it was kind of around that point that I went, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
This really is different. And
Well,
it brings
listen,
love to so many people.
Best of luck at the Palladium as well.
Thank you.
What a place to be doing it. The Addams Family Musical. Tickets are available to book online. There are 3 shows across Monday, the 12th, Tuesday, 13th of February, 2022.
Thank you. We're looking forward to this.
Good luck, Michelle.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you.
Farrell, who plays Edison George, Victoria Wicks, who plays Newsreader Sally, and Neil Pearson, who plays Deputy Sub Dave. Welcome to this morning's show. So
Thank
good to
you.
see you all.
Good
to
be here.
How does it feel watching those back?
Who were those children? Who were they? Short trousers.
I mean, you were even having a chuckle there watching it back.
But I haven't seen that for 30 years or something. Yeah.
I mean,
It
such
made
an
me laugh.
iconic show.
Yes.
Does it feel exciting to all be back together again after quite a long time?
It is. I mean, we've been together for 30 years now. We go to see each other's shows. We were on Zoom together during COVID. I mean, it's a tight-knit group and has been ever since we made the first show. But to work together again on something that was such a happy ship is it's a joy.
How did the reunion tour come about? How did the writers start? You know, what was it?
I think they were possibly approached to do something else that they'd written, and they weren't quite sure about it. They thought, but actually, to have a go at Drop the Donkey would be interesting in the current climate with news stations springing up all over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it could be done. There was a way of doing it, and interestingly, people who have not seen the show before didn't. My daughter's 18; she'd never seen it, but she got it completely, and a lot of people said that it's brilliant the way the writers have made it happen for this same group of people, and to make it believable that they are now in this new enterprise.
It's quite hard to sort of explain. And like, firstly, it was sort of an era of kind of 4 channels, and Channel 4 at the time was kind of, you know, so kind of revolutionary. And you guys, like, it was almost like you and Spitting Image was kind of the only shows that really did that kind of satire.
Yes.
But you were also invested in the characters as well.
That's right. And it was a situation where the characters were allowed. They would have made those kind of jokes, whereas no topical news shows, it's comedians telling stuff. Whereas these were real people, and you got the impression that you were watching something that was happening here and now.
Is that what happened with the show? So because you were reacting to what was going on as well, weren't you?
Yeah, we started each week with a 22-minute script for a 28-minute show.
Okay.
And through the rehearsals, we would add what we called TTs, tentative topicals, through the week, stuff we thought would run until our transmission date. And we refined that through the week. We recorded that the day before we went out. And on the day, we cut the show together, and 2 of us always went in to do a voiceover to mop up any story that had broken since we recorded the night before.
Praying nothing happened.
Slightly scary. If it was a very heavy topical week, then an awful lot of us would have been using clipboards just to make sure we got the lines sorted, or Post-it notes on someone's forehead just so that we could get the lines out.
And have you been able to bring that to the stage show as well?
Yes, the writers, even now as we speak, are writing the topicals for tomorrow night. So when we go to Sheffield, as we are next on this long tour, the writers will be updating throughout the week, so that if something huge happens, they'll call us and say, "Look in your inbox."
Yeah, no rest of the
Say
bookage.
it.
Yeah, Victoria, your character was so wonderful. She was so sort of prim. She was a diva, but at the same time, you know, you were playing alongside David Swift, who was just, you know, you had every reason to be a diva next to David Swift. So, I mean, would it be wonderful playing her again?
Oh, it's absolute joy. I mean, I have to warn people, Sally's views haven't softened.
Got harder and harder.
Yeah,
Right.
you know. It's just such a treat.
Yeah.
I can't believe how lucky I feel, you know.
And a word about David Swift and Hayden Glenn as well. I mean, we had Hayden on the sofa just before she passed. I mean, 2 wonderful comic actors. And in a strange way, it must be nice paying tribute to them being out on the road.
Yes, it is, and we do. It's really sad that Hayden couldn't make it. And I mean, you do feel the loss of someone like David. He had such gravitas. And he was like in an orchestra. He was the bass note of the. He had that particular voice that
They're in the curtain call with us.
Yeah.
Yes, they're in the curtain call.
It's a sitcom. It's really. I was just looking at the dates it ran. 1990 to 98. To be doing satire at that time it must have been really exciting because you went through kind of like the end of Thatcher, and then Blair got elected in 97.
Yeah.
So you had this great run, really, of world events that was happening, end of the Cold War and stuff. Must have been quite an exciting time.
It was an exciting time. And I remember in Gus's office, we changed Margaret Thatcher out for Tony Blair. I remember the picture. Gus changed the picture behind him in the office. So it's...
But there's never a dull time to be
I was going to say, like fake news, social media, 22 prime ministers that we've had recently.
I mean, wouldn't that have been fun if we'd been on that?
Yeah, but it's unnerving for us because there will always be big stories to cover. And if you're coming to the show on a Thursday, and on Thursday morning, I don't know, Trump goes to prison, then you're going to want to know what we say about that story that night.
Yes.
And as Jeff said, my first lines tomorrow haven't been written yet. I have no idea.
How exciting.
Well, for you, maybe. For you, maybe.
Is that nerve-wracking, or are you just chilled about that?
Yeah, it is. But, I mean, it's a very good corrective against any form of complacency in this show.
Yes.
We have to be completely concentrated all the time. Because even if you're not directly involved in them, you'll have people around you saying different stuff.
Which is kind of the antithesis of everything you're trained for in theatre, right?
No,
So
that's stand-up comic.
That's not it's quite throwing because I think there are 16 scenes or something in the show, and you think you know where you are, what comes next.
Yeah.
There's often they're similar in the sense that you're sitting in the same place and it can throw you because someone else says something different. You go, oh no, this is where I get this piece of paper out and I know I do that.
Yeah.
And you lose all those clues.
Right.
So you've got no marker points on the
Keeps
way.
on your toes, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it really does. Well,
you stabbed Daniel Craig very
yes. Well, not in real life.
Someone.
That was his first.
Yeah.
Look at him. It's his first role. Amazing.
Look at him there.
Look at that.
Darling, how are you, sweetheart?
Dad, you've got
Brilliant.
a toasting fork stuck in his neck.
Yes, and it feels
Wonderful.
So good.
You were there when it started.
He told him everything.
Listen, Drop
Thank
the Dead
you, guys.
Donkey, The Reawakening, is on tour now until the 22nd of June. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And KSI and Vic join us now. Thank you so much
Morning,
for coming
guys.
in today.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Let's rewind the clock way back and talk about how this first started. Because, oh my goodness, you guys, like we said, you're mega superstars now. How did it start?
What do you want to...
Yeah, it was the simplest of beginnings. Most of us were at school. We'd upload clips of us messing around, having fun onto YouTube. You couldn't even monetize your content. We were doing it for a laugh. We got to know each other through social media, Twitter. Advertisers started coming in, and every year we just strive to make it a bigger platform, and here we are today.
So when the Sidemen kind of got together, was that like a concerted, the seven of you, whatever, sat around and went, actually, we should work together here and do this? Or did it just happen more naturally and organically?
It was definitely just quite a natural thing. And then we all just thought, you know what? We're enjoying this. It's a bit of fun. Why don't we just become a group and then just see what happens?
I'd say almost the fans made it a group. We just made videos together playing Grand Theft Auto originally, and we genuinely really got on. And then our fans kind of branded us as a group. They're like, I love it when the Sidemen play games together, because that was the name of our online crew. And then they made it into a brand, and we were like, oh, OK, I guess we're the Sidemen now. So
well, it used to be called the Ultimate Sidemen. But we're going to the Ultimate because it was a little cringe.
Sidemen's so much cooler.
Yeah.
Someone could have told me I can make money from playing GTA. Man, I would say I'm in the wrong game, but I'm pretty happy in the game I'm in. But
I wish someone had told us, because our parents were like, what are you doing? Why are you sat in your rooms on your computers all day?
Your parents still shake their heads and go, when are you going to get a real job?
Oh, so true. I remember when GTA was the only GTA I ever played, because before the other GTAs, my mum and dad would just say, no, you're not allowed. So it was just cool to actually, make money from that game as well.
It's Grand Theft Auto, it's an immersive game. I guess kind of was controversial, back in the day and so forth. But, and so what age were you when you first started getting into that?
I'd say around 15, 16 was when I started to really get going. How old were you?
Yeah, I was 14 when I started making videos, so I had no idea what I was doing. And that's, I think, the fun of it. I think also we all started doing it purely as a hobby.
Yeah.
So for us, it was never a career choice. It was never, there was never an aim to get a certain number of subscribers or viewers.
Well, there was literally no money in
Mm.
it. There was no advertisers. It was just people just posting videos for the fun of it. And we'd go in forums to, like, talk about each other's videos or on Twitter, etc. Or X, as it's called.
Yeah. And you've now gone on to make this Netflix documentary. I mean, that is surely a bit of a pinch me moment. I mean, how was it filming that and putting all of that together?
Well, I don't think we thought it was going to go on Netflix, if we're being honest. We thought we were going to just post it on YouTube as another Simon Sunday video.
We thought it would be fun to, again, we like to challenge ourselves. It's what we've always done throughout the content. And I think that's what's allowed us to continue doing what we do.
Yeah.
10 years later, we've never sat in one area and said, OK, this is what we're doing for the next few years. It's like every year we try something new, whether it's a new form of content, whether it's building a bigger production team, running a bigger charity event, and then launching our own subscription platform. And then the new thing was, OK, we've got all of this archive of footage. We've got tens of thousands of videos uploaded throughout our whole career. Let's sit down together, discuss everything, put together the best pieces, and try and tell the story to people that haven't watched us for years and years online.
And also, I guess, trying to explain to a lot of people that don't really understand it, what it is. I mean, where you've come from. I mean, this guy's taken over my life. I'm sorry. I'm sat at Arsenal and I'm drinking his drink. then I'm watching him beat up one of them pool guys, cheering for him. How's that happened? It's like stealth. But I think there is an important point here, which is, and you guys have done it so well, which is to talk about mental health. And also, it's almost like a boy band parable, because, you know, you become famous not really knowing, and you'd know this better than anyone, right? Not really knowing what you're wishing for, but then it comes, you know, well, hang on, this isn't what I expected. So it's dealing with that kind of level of fame, which I know sounds indulgent, but it isn't. That's your reality.
Yeah. I'd say, especially the whole mental health thing, with just how social media is in general, it can be quite hard to tackle. But it's definitely something that, you know, we as boys talk about a lot. You know, even in the chat, when someone's feeling a type of way, we just message them, you know, whether it's privately or in the group.
But, you know, for young men, I think that's so important. You know, my son's 3.5, and I'm looking at the world he's going to grow up in, and it's good for me to see that, you know, he can have role models that are talking about that stuff. Because if you don't talk about stuff, the vacuum becomes someone like an Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? So, you know, you need young men to engage in their own mental health.
Well, it used to be like a major stigma where, especially a lot of guys would just not want to talk about mental health. Whereas now it's just, well, I feel like we're definitely, you know, at the forefront of being able to let everyone just be themselves and talk about
And I think with the documentary, it gives us a new format, whereas we often try with our YouTube content to be an escape. We're always doing big, exciting things, having fun, laughing, cracking jokes, and our YouTube channel doesn't feel the right place for us to really tackle serious topics. So doing it in the documentary format to a different audience, we felt was a really important way to, you know, share with our audience some of the things that go on behind the cameras, behind all the fun and running around and travelling. There's the organisation, there's the response to how we act. And that, was a great thing to do in the doc.
I mean, it's so good that you guys are doing that. And what's next for you guys? You're just unstoppable.
Good
question.
I'm going to get Vicky in the ring. He's going to be a minute.
Have you got any ideas?
I'll give you a few ideas.
I actually need a few video ideas for Sundays.
I'd say that's kind of the fun of the Sidemen, is we never know. We do every year to year, and we kind of just react to what's happening, and we've built a really great team around us, people that can react fast. Our videos sometimes aren't planned until 2 days before we film them. We've got a new video every week, different type of content. But I think our plan for this year, I'm going to give a little teaser of something.
Go on.
We've managed to run some really great charity football matches in the past. We sold out London Stadium last year. 62,000, I think, in attendance. We raised, I think, over 2 million. Over 2 million pounds for some great causes. One of those causes was Calm, the campaign against living miserably, who really help people with their mental health. And this year we thought maybe we'll try some different charity event. So maybe not football, maybe something different. So that's an exclusive little look into what we're working on back at the HQ.
The Simon Story documentary launches Wednesday, the 14th of February. Romantic on Netflix.
Netflix and Sideman. Yeah.
What combination. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
We watched him battle bush tucker trials and get covered in critters and the Armist Leg jungle. But Fred Styriax is back to the day job. Matchmaking and food and singletons looking for love.
Yeah, before we chat to him, though, let's take a look back at the latest series of...
There's not many people in general, let alone girls that are my age. You have more cows than girls over there.
You look like a young Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt? No.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm good. Do you know what I did earlier? My wisdom tooth's coming through, and I put numbing cream on it, and I spilt it, and it's gone all on my tongue, so now I'm half lisping.
So what's the ideal scenario for your date?
Well, obviously, we go on a second date, and then a third date, and then 3 years later, get a golden retriever, live happily ever after, sorted.
No, with the old stones.
Yeah. And Fred joins us now, mid-conversation.
It's because we're so excited about the new show.
10 years of first dates, man. Could you have imagined?
I couldn't have believed it. I mean, 10 years on, and here we're in Bath, and this was, when I arrived in Bath, something happened and there was so much energy. I mean, the vibe was incredible.
Great city, isn't it, Bath?
It's beautiful because, it's an historic city.
Yeah.
It's dates back from the Romans, it's full of stones, there's a lot of pedestrian area. So you can just walk and you can hear people have conversations. And so I think there is something in the air there. It feels very villagey, it's very English, but it's very beautiful. And I think that the beauty has a lot to do with the success of the series. And then we have an amazing restaurant, because we're a roaming restaurant. This is the fourth restaurant that we are operating in. But this one was, I think, by far the best because of, it's 250 years old, it's quite quirky, and it's a very interesting layout. I mean, look at the bar, how beautiful it is. And everybody was really excited, from the production team, from all of us on the floor, from the researchers, and the daters, I think, felt it. And I was thinking, is it my mind playing trick to myself, and me wanting to believe the narrative that because it's 10 years, it's better than ever. And I was just doubting myself. Anyway, to cut a long story short, this is the series where we've had the most yeses in 10 years.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think it just says a long story,
Yeah. I think it's to do with the producers, though, because they really do go into in-depth research on each person, don't they? So that's the reason why I think it hits every single time and why they do get those great matches.
I think that, first date is a big operation. So at the heart of it, of course, you got the daters, and it's about matching them to perfection. Then it's the location, I think, is very important, because this is all these subliminal messages that you don't realize, but they enter your brain and they impact on the way you think. It's like you go to a restaurant and somebody welcome you at the door and you think it's a great welcome and you think, yeah, that's great. And then you go to the next stage of your meal and as you progress and everything is good, you think it's fantastic. But if you had something bad to start with, what the saying, if you look for trouble, you will find trouble. And actually, you never found trouble. So people just were ready for love. And remember also on first dates, a lot of people come to the restaurant because for them, they feel we are the last chance saloon. They've tried everything. And so we have a real responsibility to make sure that it works and it's a memory for them and it's so special. And that's why we've had so many yeses.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. It's
Isn't
such
it
a lovely
funny
show.
that you said it's like, you're basically you're the travelling Wilburys, aren't you? You go somewhere different with all your crew, with all, I guess the same chefs come back and stuff like to...
No, I mean, it's a different restaurant, so different chef. I mean,
chef.
The team that stays is the front of our team.
Yeah.
It's Merlin, it's Cici, it's Francesca. We've had a few more people joining the team. In the restaurant industry, that's what happened. People come and go. So we have a new team, fantastic guys. And, I think that's the reason why we had such a successful series.
And Merlin is back with
Merlin, I love Merlin, and I think for me he's such an inspiration, such an example of stoicism in the face of adversity, his philosophy, and, throughout, I mean, he's had cancer. It's a very serious disease, situation that he's in, and he's just taken it in his stride. I'm so inspired by him. It's just incredible.
Everyone loves him. He's like the staple of first dates, isn't he?
And he's such a pro, as a bartender. We come from the same mold in terms of our training, our professional training in restaurants. So we're very old school in our approach, and that's why it works so well, because we've got the same idea, the same vision on how the restaurant should be run, and it's just a perfect partnership.
We saw one of the winners of Traitors earlier on.
I know.
I can't believe it. And does he just go and... Is it like a celebrity version, or does he just join... The everyday
He
first
fancied a
date.
date, and this is what we do. So they come in and.
So did it go well? Are you allowed to tell us?
Can't tell you,
You
because
can't
the
tell us
episode
if
is
they
soon.
match.
I
Oh,
can't tell
excited.
you.
I hope they get together.
And he was on his A game.
Was he?
All we know is he's a faithful anyway, so I reckon it's going to be a good story.
Fred, Valentine's Day is coming up. I always think people took far too much stock in Valentine's Day and put too much pressure on.
Should be every day, shouldn't it?
Well, kind of, but also it's the smaller things I think about. You don't need to have big grandiose gestures. But what's your?
It's exactly the way I think. It's about the small thing. It's not about how much money you spend or where you go. It's the thought that counts. That's what people say, but it's so true. You know, and you know, it's simple. For example, going for a walk, maybe. You know, the anticipation, maybe a bit of chocolate or a bit of rose petal in the bath. You know, I mean. Us bloke, we don't think about that, but girls, they really love, a little bit of
We
petrol
love
in
all
the-
that.
They
We love all that.
And
Is that what you do for your partner? What would you do, like, on a nice Valentine's Day? Come on, give me the lowdown. I want to be, like, in there.
Well, I can't tell you because everybody
Yeah, I
will
wanna be
know what's going to happen.
Would you do the rose petals, though, and stuff like that?
Yeah, of course.
I love that.
I mean, for me, I think it's the anticipation, it's the thought, it's about also thinking about what this person likes, but it's the time that we're going to spend together that's important, and to make so that fruitcake knows that I'm thinking about it and I'm only thinking about it, and that's what's important. I think. It's
also,
easy
just think
to
about
do.
what's going to make someone comfortable rather than take someone out of the comfort zone. Making sure you probably indulge someone, what someone loves, so making sure you indulge it.
But it is the little things. I do
I think
agree.
it's easy to make people feel good.
Yeah.
And you just have to the thought, the smile, just a little gesture, and it starts from the day before. It starts in the morning when you wake up, and it should be a full day of celebrations.
I think being present is the new thing as well. So many people are in their phones, watching the phones and everything, not present in the moment, are they?
Yeah, and that's why distance relationship are very difficult, because proximity and being close to somebody physically is very important. But as you say, you could be very close physically, but then you're on your phone, and therefore you're very far away. So yeah, it's thinking about those very simple basics there, which I think everybody can do. And in a world that we're living today, for example, with the cost of living crisis and all this, when not everybody maybe can afford to go out, but you don't need to go out to a fancy restaurant and spend hundreds of pounds. Yeah. You can do it at home. You can cook a very nice meal on a budget that's delicious, but you can be physically and mentally present there. And you can hold hands and you can kiss and you can talk and you can connect, because it's very easy even though you're together as a couple, to disconnect and to just slide very slowly but surely to a point where suddenly you're like, oh, what are we doing here? It's important to keep it in the right direction, and that is something that you can only do by being together and by talking, by assessing where we each are. And it's, you never won. You always have to work at it.
Yeah.
Hey, Fred, earlier we did a little news review and we talked about apparently couples now living in separate bedrooms. What's your opinion about this?
Well, funny you say that, because I snore, apparently.
Do you?
No. Apparently. Although the other day I recorded Fruitcake snoring and I played it to her and it was very loud, so it was 1-1, right? But sometimes I snore and she goes next door. And then we play kind of bedroom ping pong, so she goes next door and she comes back and then she goes again. But I find that when she goes away, I tend to just go like this on the bed, and I go sideways.
Spread.
No, I spread, and she comes back and then she kicks me and I think, I prefer when you were there, because
Honestly, we are so excited about this show, we really are. But I've got to ask, first of all, you're looking absolutely great. Is this from I'm a Celebrity? You look so good at the moment.
Thank you. The funny thing, when I meet people in the street, they say, Fred, you look so skinny, you've lost so much weight. This is the heaviest I've been in my life.
Stop it.
Yeah, I'm 79, 80 kilos. I'm really heavy now, for me, for my weight.
So do you think it's from being in the jungle and then you come back and stuffed your face?
Yeah, because I came back and I overindulged. I mean, after a month,
wouldn't?
You're
It's
in
a
the
long
jungle.
time.
I had my first coffee and it just went straight in my head. I was buzzing.
When are you going to come and cook for us on the show? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think a couple of weeks, 3 weeks,
Are you?
3 weeks. Yeah, I'll come and I've got a really nice recipe, something that everybody's got in their cupboard, very easy to do, 15 minutes tops, and you've got a delicious meal.
Good
We're
news.
in. Thanks, Fred. First dates continue at 10 o'clock, Channel 4 on Tuesday. First dates Be My Valentine the following Tuesday. Thanks, Fred.
Thank you, guys.
Good to see you.
Thank you so much, Fred.
Eddie and his partner Vicky join us now. Hey guys,
Oh,
how's it going?
welcome to the show.
Have you trained this morning?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
But straight after this show, you probably go straight off.
Straight to the ice.
So, Eddie, this is something that you've wanted to do for quite some time, isn't it?
Yes, a couple of the shows, but this one particularly, because I think it's the hardest of the reality shows. And I thought, it's just one of those things I've always wanted to do.
You like a challenge?
I do like a challenge, and I've been to auditions over the last 14 years, and they said, no, we don't need you this year. And then all of a sudden, somebody broke their ankle, and they said, oh, could you come in? And the last minute, and so I thought, well, yeah, why
It's so weird, because you think, if Eddie goes, I want to do it, what does Eddie do? It was ice and snow. He'd be like, I'd sign him up.
It's a no-brainer, isn't it, really? So when you auditioned, are you getting better at skating every time you audition? If you've auditioned 3 times?
Yeah, but I only go for an hour on the ice,
Yeah.
my local ice rink. Then I go for the audition. They say, no, we don't need you this year, and that's it then. Then
So you
another
just
5
forget about
years.
it?
Yeah, so over the last 30 years, I've probably been on skates 6 hours over 30 years.
So you're a proper beginner. You were a beginner.
Proper beginner, yeah.
So you had a partner originally that's...
Tippy.
What happened to Tippy?
Tippy, we clashed skates, fell, and she damaged her knee, unfortunately.
Aww.
And, she had to take a certain amount of time off the ice. And, we were a bit unsure about whether she would recover in time for the first show. So Vicky stepped in.
Good old Vicky. So you must have been like, oh, my goodness, he's an Olympian. You must have thought, this is going to be brilliant. We know he's got the good sport work ethic.
Yeah, absolutely. I was quite starstruck, actually, when I first met Eddie, because he's so inspirational. I mean, he turned 60 last year, and what he's doing is incredible. He's like a sponge to teach. Amazing. Amazing.
That must be the thing, isn't it? You just want people that are going to listen and take it on and try the hardest, I guess.
Yeah,
no?
and enjoy the process.
Yeah.
It's so horrendously difficult to skate, but he's enjoying the process.
Love it.
And eager to learn.
Yes, very eager.
So, Eddie, we have to ask. Obviously, you're a great skier. So how does skiing compare to ice skating? Like, is it any of the same skill set at all?
Not really, other than holding an edge, an inside edge and an outside edge. That's it. In fact, if anything, it's bad for my skating because I get into a skiing stance, which is terrible for skating. Yeah.
Is it? So what stance do you need for skating? Is it just like rigid posture? Kind of?
Yeah, I mean, it's very dance-based skating, so you've got to be upright, you've got to be looking at your partner all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie's pulls your funniest of faces sometimes when he's learning something new.
Yeah.
So I keep giving him Austin Powers marks and stuff like that.
And that's what she says, posture, posture, posture. Either that or keep your tongue in, because every time I'm concentrating, my tongue sticks out.
You're quite known for being quite clumsy, yet we watch your performances and they're so good, it's so professional. Does that put added pressure on you both?
Yes, I think the first routine we did for the opening was great, and I loved it. And I think I set the bar rather high for myself, and now I've got that challenge to sort of stay up there. And that's going to get more and more difficult as the weeks go by.
How's it been so far? What's it been like doing it so far and getting the feedback you've got?
It's amazing.
Done so well.
I didn't know that I was going to be as good as I was, as I am. Thanks for for coaches and for Vicky, and I've surprised myself and surprised everybody. But it's been amazing. I've loved it, and I just want to keep going and see how far I can get.
And Vicky, when you get a partner, there a point you think this is going to be good? Was there a point you just thought it clicked and Eddie was going to be good?
Well, I think it's really important to work on the basics and the foundations of that, and then you develop lift work and other sort of footwork from there. And Eddie applied himself really well to the basics, so that's kind of helped from the get-go. But yeah, excited to see where you go with this.
Oh.
Eddie, you've been training hard and you look in great shape, so I find this baffling. So eating the right meals is important. Yours just happens to be Greg's. But and everyone loves a Greg's, but like every day, pretty much, no?
Oh gosh, 2 or 3 times a day I go to Greg's.
Well, the good people at Greg's have said Greg's has sent you a limited edition bait tray box ahead of Valentine's Day. There's a selection of tasty savouries that you love. Your sausage and bean cheese melt. Is that your favourite?
Yes, sausage, bean and cheese.
Thanks, Uber Eats.
Until
Just sent that in for you. Are you going to open it?
That's like the milk tray.
It's yours. It's yours, anyway. Let's see what's inside. Let's have a look. I'm dying to know. Oh, my God.
No, that is good.
That's just
You've got a steak temptation, the OG sensation, which obviously must be the
I love this. Can you buy this?
Wow.
Buy this for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I love that.
I can stand as well.
You're still after one of those black cards, aren't you?
I am. I'd love one, but...
What, did Greg's do a black card as
I
well?
think Stormzy's got one.
3 Gregs for life.
Oh, stop it. We'll have a chat with them afterwards. We'll have a chat.
Wow.
So we've got to talk about your time in the Olympics back in the day.
Gosh.
What are your memories and what do you hold close to you? Because you're such a fighter. What are your memories?
Oh, I can remember it like it was yesterday, the whole thing, even though it happened, 36 years ago? Almost to the day, Valentine's Day, it happened 36 years ago. And, yeah, I can remember it like it was yesterday, the crowd, just getting there, lighting the Olympic flame. It was just amazing.
And then to make a film from your life, what was that like for you? I mean, they grossed £46 million pounds from that film.
Well, I signed the deal to make the movie back in 1999, 25 years ago, and I thought the film would never be made after 10, 15 years. And then I did Splash, won that. That was the impetus then to make the film, and they did such a great job.
It was so good.
I loved it. And it still makes me cry when I watch it as well now.
And it's so close to the true story as well.
It's very close. It's, I'd say it's probably about 80% true, but it only represents probably about 5% of my life. There was so much more that they could have put in, but they had to keep it down to a certain length. But they did a wonderful job, and Taron played me so beautifully.
But also such a struggle over adversity, wasn't it? Because no one, none of the federations, wanted you there. Like, you had to really fight to get there, didn't you?
It was a struggle, yeah. They kept moving the goalposts, and, I slept in the back of the car and in cow sheds and scraped food out of bins and did all kinds of things. But other countries were wonderful. They gave me equipment, they gave me places to stay, they gave me a bit of coaching, and they were wonderful. So, I just took advantage of whatever came my way.
Kind of strangers,
any help, I thought, oh, yes, please, and I would jump at it. So, yeah.
Well, we are so excited to see your journey. We are... I can't wait for Saturday.
Vicky smells blood. She's got a winner on her hands. Come on, let's do it.
It's actually on Sunday, isn't it? It's on Sunday, 6:20 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.
Dance week this week, so...
Dance week?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you know, do you know what you're doing?
Yeah, we're doing jive, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Jive on the ice? That's going to be tough.
A lot of complicated footwork, which we're trying to work
Get your
on.
carbs in. You'll need them.
Sausage rolls.
You've got your plate tray now, you're sorted. Thank you for joining us.